introduce a very special first pitch.
We got our guys right there.
All right, welcome everybody.
That is
Thank
loud.
you for coming out and supporting this special night. We are going to introduce and honor our host families tonight.
I wanted to MC this.
Part of the foundation.
Said I wanted to MC this. That would have been fun.
We want to acknowledge them and thank them for
Right?
the hard work
I should
they
have
put out.
MC'd this.
They give us to have our
I'd be getting the
kids
crowd.
housed and fed
I should.
during the summer.
I don't know if I have time to do that.
We're going to introduce them and their players that they're hosting. So the first group is Ed and Bev Bird, and their host player is Maddie Fung.
Typing out my tweet with the starting lineup, it will autofill the positions.
I love it. Doesn't that feel good? Oh, but Stinny's in left today.
Yeah, that was the only one that screwed up. And Fung's at DH.
Yeah. But he's been DHing.
Yeah, my phone still thinks it's
All right.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
The next
Well, yeah, because
host family, Hal and Rose McGowan,
that's just how that was. That's just how that works
and
sometimes.
their player, Carson Angeron.
They're taking a long time.
Okay. The next host family, Brian and Jackie Clark, and their players, Isaac Martinez and Mark
Martinez. We should have started this a lot earlier.
You have to just keep saying names. You can't stop.
No.
Or
I'm-
just say
The
everybody
next
post
host
it out
family
here.
that we're going to introduce is Jake Stouch.
I'm
and
saying
he
it
is
should have been
host
me up there, man.
Johnny Radomski
I would've had it.
Right.
Oh, that's that guy's name. I'm starting to learn all these people's names. Hosts.
The next host family,
One second.
John and Becky Edmonston, and their player, Miles Davis.
Miles isn't here anymore.
All right, Miles has gone home for the summer, so we're going to have a couple of those. But thank you guys again. All right. The next family, Kathleen Lappy, and the player is Jaden Shepard.
Hey, you gotta come out with this.
I gotta come out?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, here, give me 1 second. I'll see if we have time.
Is that the one that makes his own beer?
Yes.
Okay, I get some. Come on over.
Come on down.
The next family is not here, but let's recognize Peter and Jenny Isaacson, and their player is James Bradwell.
Hey, how's it going, Mark? We've got a lot of crazy stuff going on today with all the host family things, so just got up.
Their players are
We're
As we thank everybody is recognizable around the park, have been for a long time. Nobody longer than Tony and Carolyn Bonacci, and their players Brock Bozzette and Jacob Burley. All right, moving along. Longtime host family of many kids, good friends of the team, Vince and Peggy Seltzler, and their players are Matthew Schwartz, Toma Marase, Kelly Austin, and Carrie Arbolita, who is not with us at this time.
I'm gonna go down there, and then I'll come back up.
The next family is Whitney Scott and Brett Doyle. They are not here, but representing them is Tori Donovan, and their players are Riku Nishida and Brock Mortensen. I don't believe they're with us tonight, but we want to thank Cal and Kim Miller and their coach, Aaron Matthews. The next family is Ruth and Ken Kendall, and they host our broadcaster, Zach Smolin. We have some special guests that we want to honor for Host Family Night who have always offered their help, did not have a player this year, but why don't we give them a big cheer and bring them out? Mike and Sally Bartlett and Doug and Terry Kaczynski.
Ooh. All right, we pulled it off. I feel bad ditching them, but good thing there's more host families than players, so.
And then lastly, not with us tonight, but again, just want to give a big thank you for the
Yeah,
support
all right,
and
yeah.
offering to help us.
And a very good evening and welcome to you at home, on the road, or wherever you may be, to David Story Fields here at Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington. My name is Zach Smolin, here to take you through all the action between your Cowlitz Black Bears and the Port Angeles Lefties. Another wild one last evening between these two squads, as the Black Bears do seemingly what they like to do all the time against the Lefties in game ones and score a ton of runs, 13 of them to be precise, on 12 hits, including a grand slam by Brock Mortensen that went 393 feet and 104.6 miles an hour into right center field. Riku Nishida also continued to stay hot with his fourth consecutive multi-hit game, as he's been red hot, and hopefully he stays red hot on fireworks night here tonight at David Story Field. As now I'm going to turn my mic down and we'll get a good chance to listen to the Castle Rock Men's Ensemble perform our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red above bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And the end of the national anthem means the beginning of baseball here at David Story Field. Lineups first pitch baseball right after this on KDO and YouTube. All right, here we go. Back in action. The Cowlitz Black Bears over there on the left side of the field, right, crowded around the third base coach's box and having a quick talk between everybody, getting all hyped up. You see Jacob Burley right there in the middle, getting everybody excited, as well as Toriano Sweet and some of the other hearts and souls of this Black Bears squad as they look to make it 3 wins in a row, and also 3 wins in a row against these Port Angeles Lefties, as, again, Cowlitz won 13-4 last night against this squad and are looking to go 500 in West Coast League play today. They're 24-21-1 overall, but 18-19 within league play, 8-5 in the second half. They're 3 games back of the Corvallis Knights, and they are second in the South Division. And on the mound for your Black Bears is going to be Carson Angaroff, who will be going on out and making his 9th appearance, his 8th start of the season. He's 2-3 with a 5.28 ERA, 22 strikeouts to 20 walks, a whip of 1.70, and he's also tossed 29 pitches. Now, his last time out was only a handful of days ago, but he didn't throw too many pitches, so he'll be able to come back out there and give the Black Bears some length today. He only went 2 innings, allowing 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts, so struggled against a very high-octane Yakima Valley Pippins lineup, but today he'll go up against Port Angeles, who are hitting .204 with a .305 on base and a .310 slugging, and let's meet their lineup right now. Leading off is the shortstop, number 12, Nick Oakley, with Javi Espinoza, the second baseman, batting second. Hitting third is Coleman Schmidt, the right fielder, with the cleanup man, Bryce Matthews, DHing today. Batting fifth is Carson Crawford. He's at third, with Trevor Tashankel, the left fielder, in the sixth spot. Hitting seventh and behind the dish will be Nathan Chong, and batting eighth is Ethan Floodstrom at first base, with Garrett Lake returning to the starting lineup for Port Angeles after coming in as a pinch hitter yesterday, and he will be the starting center fielder. The Cowlitz Black Bears out there today in their special alternate orange jerseys that are brand new to this season, with Cowlitz written across the front in black letters. Actually, I think it's a very dark green, trimmed in white, numbers on the back in that same dark green, trimmed in white. White pants, green belts, and green socks with their trucker hats today, which have the black mesh in the back, the black brims, the white face, and the Black Bears truck that's carrying a haul of log-looking baseball bats up there on the front. A fan favorite. I think we almost sold out of them the first time that the team wore them. As the Black Bears will look once again to take down Port Angeles and keep pace in the playoff race down here in the second half. Now up to the plate comes Nick Oakley, who's been a real thorn in the Black Bears' side every time that he plays against them. He's 6 for 13 against the Black Bears. It's a .462 average. He has a .562 on base against them as well, with 3 homers and 7 RBI. This is a left-hander from UC Santa Barbara. Engeroth is ready. Oakley's ready, and let's do it here in Longview as the first pitch is high and away, 1-0, and it's 7:07 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the right-handed Engeroth kicks, delivers, and this is lined into straightaway center field. Taking a few steps back on it is Mortensen, and he puts him down for the first out of the top of the first inning. So 1 up, 1 down, and another left-hander for Port Angeles, Javi Espinoza, making his way to the box. And the lefties today wearing ocean blue jerseys with lefties written across the front and navy blue block letters trimmed in orange, and then in the background of where the letters are, it is a off-white gray as the first pitch to Espinoza is strike 0-1. With orange stripes on the top and the bottom, they have gray pants with blue belts, blue socks with white stripes, and today they are wearing blue caps with the Port Angeles PA right there on the front as another fly ball. This one goes into left field, and Jacob Stinson will make the play to send him down for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. Here is Coleman Schmidt, who did some damage yesterday. He hit a 2-run home run off Kelly Austin in the first inning to get things going. And on the season, hitting .206. He has 4 home runs and 17 RBI, 27 hits and 131 at-bats, and 11 doubles mixed in there. Also 4 stolen bases and an on-base of .269. First pitch to the right-handed batter is inside for a ball, 1-0. Engeroth has had a bit of an up-and-down season this year. He's been boom or bust on the mound as this is lined and will go through for a base hit right up the middle. So Mortensen picks it up in the gap as Schmidt takes a turn, but does not have enough time as Mortensen certainly has a cannon out there in center. So now a man on with 2 down, and Bryce Matthews stepping to the plate. Yeah, the Engeroth, again, in the last game, went only 2 innings, allowing 5 runs, but in his 2 previous starts, he went 12 1/3 innings combined and only allowed 2 earned runs in that span, and one of those games was against the Ridgefield Raptors. As the first offering to Matthews is hit high in the air. That one's carrying into right field. Mortensen going back on it near the wall, and that's going to hit off the top of the wall. Here comes Schmidt. He's going to round third. Here's a throw to second, not in time. It's an RBI double for Bryce Matthews, and for the second game in a row, it's the lefties that strike first. They lead at 1-0. Matthews certainly with a ton of power and almost cleared the fence out there, but the wind whipping a little bit harder than it was yesterday, so keeping that in, and that'll make space for Carson Crawford to step on it. Crawford hitting .224. He has 19 hits and 85 at-bats, 13 scored, 7 doubles, 3 home runs, and 11 runs batted in. Also on base at a .316 clip. It's Engeroth with a man on second and 2 down for the first time in this game. And he kicks, fires, fastball, and that misses down and outside. 1-0 to Crawford. Against Cowlitz this season, the third baseman for Port Angeles is hitting just 2 for 13. That's 154 with a run scored and 2 driven in. He's also struck out 5 times. Now Engroff delivers the 1-0, and this is grounded. Should be an easy play for Schwartz. Picks it up off the ground. Fields fires to first to Shepard, and that's it for the final out of the inning. But the Black Bears surrender 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave 1 aboard. Bottom of the first coming up, Port Angeles 1, and the Black Bears coming to bat right here on YouTube and KEDO. So here we are in the bottom of the first. Stephen Brooks to take the bump for Port Angeles. And Brooks on the season, he's from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. He is 1-2 with a 4.85 ERA. It's now his 4th start of the season, his 14th appearance. He's tossed 29 2/3 innings, striking out 26, walking 14 for a whip of 1.75. And the Black Bears will look to answer him with this lineup. Riku Nishida will play second base and lead off with Brock Bozzette at third, hitting second. Jacob Stinson returns to the starting lineup. He's in left field, hitting third, with Sam Brown out there in right field, cleaning things up. Brock Mortensen, the Grand Slam man in yesterday's game, will hit fifth and play center field, with Dawson Martin behind the plate, hitting sixth. Batting seventh and also returning to the starting lineup is Jaden Shepard, the first baseman. Matty Fung will DH and hit eighth, with Matthew Schwartz, the shortstop, rounding things up. And Nishida stepping in, a fan favorite here in Longview. And for good reason. Riku is 11 for his last 16. He's on a 14-game on-base streak as he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. A lot of speed, a lot of power. He's just an all-around great player. Very toolsy, as they would say. He's hitting .344 overall with 32 hits and 93 at-bats as he takes a changeup on the outside edge for a strike, 0-2. Nishida also with 6 doubles, 2 triples, 12 runs batted in, and a team-leading 18 stolen bases. He gets on base at a .483 clip with a slugging of .452 as the 0-2 is swung on and grounded over to second. Going to be a foot race. Espinoza picks it up, fires over to first, and just beats Riku by about a step or so to put him away for out number 1. So that's another valuable part about Riku's game is even routine ground balls put a lot of pressure on opposing defenses, and once in a while he'll get him to throw it away. So here's Brock Bozzette hitting .246. It's 34 hits and on 138 at-bats. There we go. 21 runs scored also as Brooks delivers a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Bozzette with a team-leading 29 RBI. He got 2 more last night. He also has a pair of home runs and 5 doubles. And the tall righty Rocks delivers. Bozzette laces one, but that'll go foul over on the right side, 0-2. Bozzette also on base at a .368 clip and a .326 slugging percentage for the right-hander from Spokane Falls Community College. No balls, 2 strikes. The 6'6 righty rocks and delivers the next one, which is charged foul by Bozzette. So we'll do it all over again, 0-2. Yeah, Brooks certainly an intimidating presence on the mound from Elk Grove, California, 6'6", 205 pounds. And delivers another 0-2. Breaking ball upstairs. Good take by Bozzette. That one was fairly close. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bozzette. Likes to work counts and will swing at any close pitch here. As Brooks deals again, and look out as I want to hit him, but also hit the bat. So he's trying to get out of the way, and the count will stay a ball and 2 strikes. That's a tough one. So now another 1-2 from Brooks as he delivers a curveball, and another good take by Bozzette, who's able to take one low, 2-2. Huge crowd here today at David Story Field. It was host family appreciation night, and at the same time, it's a fireworks night, so a good compound of 2 very fun evenings as the 2-2 is tapped up the middle. Going to go just beyond the bag, picked up by the shortstop Oakley. Fires to first. It's going to be way late, and Bozzette is in there with an infield single. So sometimes you don't have to hit the ball right on the screws. You just have to put it in the right spot, and Bozzette picks up yet another hit for this team, and will put a man aboard for Jacob Stinson.
There are no pegouts in tonight's game.
Mr. Consistent up at the plate for Cal. Stinson with 38 hits and 125 at-bats. That's a .304 average. He has 8 doubles and 2 triples, so he leads the team with 10 extra base hits, has 9 RBI, and an on-base of .401, a slugging of .400. So he has Bozzette on first. First pitch to the left-hander is waved at a miss. Change-up low, 0-1. Port Angeles are 11-26 in the West Coast League this season, and 4-9 in the second half. They're in 4th place in the South and 5 games behind the leaders in the Yakima Valley Pippins. And the lefty's right-hander deals and sails one high and outside, 1-1. Bozzette certainly with some speed over there. He has 7 stolen bases in 10 tries, so 70%. Black Bears as a team steal bases at an 87.1% clip. As the next offering to Stinson is hit in the air, booming shot over into left. Going back is to Schenkel near the track, and he'll make the play in front of the Black Bears bullpen out there. So just a loud out from Stinson. And that's the second of the bottom of the first inning. Here comes Sam Brown. So Brown exited yesterday's game after fouling one right off his shin, and you can see he learned his lesson. He's got a guard on his right shin now. Told me he was borrowing Queso Gaddis. This one from the University of Portland has to go back to the school at the end of the season. So Brown coming up. This is just his 5th game for Cowlitz, and he has 2 hits and 13 at-bats. Also a run batted in. Left-hander with a ton of power. Takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. And Sam drove in his first run back over in Yakima Valley as they throw over, not in time. Bozzette back in there. And he gave the Black Bears a 1-0 lead in the top of the 3rd, and we're going to win that game 3-1 to close out that series. Bozzette with a 10-foot lead off the first base bag. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Bozzette goes, pitches high and outside for a ball. Here comes the throw, and not in time. Brock Bozzette with stolen base number 8, and Brown with a nice count to work with, 1-1. I love these big crowds out here. A lot of energy, and the players certainly feed off of that, especially this team. And Javier Espinoza playing out there on the right field grass to guard against a hard hit ball by Brown, who does like to pull. Next pitch is inside. Well, that was another inch maybe over the plate, off the edge. Brown certainly would have pulled it, but now ahead, 2-1. This is Brooks' 2nd start of the season against the Black Bears. And the last time out, he did not fare well. He picked up the loss, giving up 5 runs, just 1 earned in 3 innings as Brown waves at the change, 2-2. He also gave up 4 hits, and his big issue was that he walked a lot of batters, 4 of them, and struck out just 2. So now deuces wild, the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bozzette waiting in scoring position on second base as he deals, and Brown splinters one the other way over on the left field side, hustling over to Schenkel, and that'll go just foul. About a couple feet to the left of the left field line, and the count will stay 2-2 after Brown almost caught one right in there. And how about the speed of Bozzette right there? He scored on that little pop-up over there. But now he'll make his way back over to second as Sam Brown going to take a bit of a longer walk to go and retrieve his bat from teammate Brock Mortensen. Brown, one of 4 players this season on the Black Bears from the University of Portland. Henry Mensch, Sean Mulcair, and Liam Hanakanaka also pilots. And then pitching coach Corey Kier is one of the broadcasters for them as well, as Brown lines one right up the middle. That'll go for a base hit. They're going to send Bozzette, very aggressive. Here comes the throw from Lake. It is in time. What a throw by Garrett Lake as they catch Brock Bozzette, and it will go as a single for Brown. But Bozzette gunned out at home to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left aboard. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. Port Angeles 1, Black Bears none. And the Lefties coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball, YouTube and KEDO. And here we are in the top of the 2nd inning. Port Angeles lead at 1-0 on Cowlitz as Trevor Shashenko, Nathan Chong, and Ethan Floodstrom will go up against another inning from Carson Angeroth. So Angeroth allowed the 1 run on 2 hits, and he got 2 quick outs, but then the middle of that lefty's order came right around on him. So this time through, we'll look to add a scoreless frame as the first pitch, a breaking ball, low and inside, 1-0. Shashenko, a left-handed batter, hitting .216. He has 24 hits and 111 at-bats as the 1-0 is a breaking ball hit in the air to center. Mortensen racing over to his right side over in left center field, makes the catch at the track right in front of the Peace Health sign and puts it away for out number 1. So the outfielders have been pretty busy today as Nathan Chong to step up.
Stepping up to the plate for the Lefties, the catcher, number 15.
Chong is today's starting catcher. Making another start behind the dish against the Black Bears. Did so on July 25th as well. He is hitting .189, 14 hits and 74 at-bats, 8 runs scored, 3 doubles, no homers, and 2 runs batted in as the first pitch off the plate, 1-0. Angeroth throws just above 59% of his pitches for strikes, but right around 63% of his first pitches over the dish, but hasn't been able to get ahead of these lefties too often, as now he's behind Chong 2-0. And the 2-0 is grounded hard, and that'll go just beyond Angeroth's glove and up the middle for a base hit. So hit number 3. As you can tell, these lefties do hit the ball pretty hard. They did so yesterday, putting up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, but then were silenced from that point forward. So they get off aggressive and then kind of tail away a little bit as Ethan Floodstrom going to bat from the left-handed side. He's hitting .174 with just 4 hits and 23 at-bats. Floodstrom takes a strike, 0-1. Ethan also with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. No extra base hits or RBI for him this season. But he gets on base at a .321 clip and plays a pretty nice first base as well. And now the 0-1. Angeroth misses down and inside, trying to put the ball low with a lot of spin to try to get Floodstrom to swing right on top of it and take advantage of his elite infield defense that he's got behind him. Shepard holds Chong over on at first base. He's got about a 10-foot lead off the bag. The next one, curveball swung on and fouled in and out of Martin's glove, 1-2. So talking about that defense, let's meet your fielders for the Black Bears today. Jacob Stinson is in left with Brock Mortensen in center. Sam Brown makes his first start in right for the Black Bears. As usual, Brock Bozzette at third base, Matthew Schwartz at short, Rico Nishida at second, and Jaden Shepard back over at first as the 1-2 is popped, and on the hop over to Schwartz. The second for 1 on the first, Shepard with the stretch. They got him! Baltimore chopped to short, the 6-4 to 3, and the Black Bears end the inning with some more defensive mastery. No runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning. Port Angeles 1 and your Black Bears coming to bat right here on YouTube and KEDO. Bottom of the second, Mortensen, Martin, Shepard to get things going here as the Black Bears trail by a score of 1-0. Looking to get around on Ethan Brooks, who, again, as I mentioned in the last inning, was a guy that they were able to get a few hits off of back in Port Angeles. And they did hit the ball hard off him a few times, including a base hit by Sam Brown. So let's see if Mortensen can continue his success here against the Lefties, as he went 2 for 4 yesterday with 4 runs batted in. That was a booming grand slam, the first one of the year for Cowlitz. And you know that he's been playing with a lot of confidence. 2 home runs in his last 3 games. 1 to right last night and then 1 to left field in game number 2 against the Yakima Valley Pippins. Mortensen from UC Santa Barbara hitting .235. He has 20 hits and 85 at-bats. 3 doubles, a team-leading 4 home runs, and 16 runs batted in. That latter number is second on the team behind Bozzette. He gets on base at a .383 clip and has a .412 slugging average. And now Brooks rocks, delivers. First one to Mortensen is a fastball that he takes high and outside, 1-0. Mortensen had perhaps one of the best interviews that we've ever had on our Black Bears postgame show, brought to you by the Daily News. And I'd certainly encourage you to check that out online on our YouTube page or also on the Daily News article, as this is hit in the air high and deep over to right, and that's going to one-hop over the wall and hit the back wall. So Mortensen's going to trot on over to second with a stand-up double. For a second there, it looked like Mortensen was going to have his second home run in as many evenings. So now he puts himself in scoring position for today's catcher, Dawson Martin, who's hitting .171. And Dawson's parents are out here today for the first time this season, I believe, so we welcome them here. And I also wanted me to shout out his grandmother, who watches each and every game or listens to them. So a big hello to Karen, and thank you so much for tuning in right here on YouTube and KEDO. First pitch to Dawson is popped up over right behind the second base bag. Oakley is there, now drifting over more towards the second base side, and will make the play for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Martin, and Jaden Shepard, who's back in the lineup, comes to the plate. He has 20 hits.
Number 32 out of Oakley College, Jaden Shepard.
In 106 at-bats, 4 doubles, a home run, and 13 runs batted in. He has an on-base of .277 and a slugging of .255. And this one is hit in the air and foul behind home plate, 0-1. Shepard with a ton of power and a great defensive first baseman. He's 6'6", 210 pounds from Ohlone College, and the Black Bears love having him in that 7 spot, a big power presence in the bottom part of the order. Mortensen waits on second as the 0-1 is a fastball missing in, 1-1. So he was out the past couple of games, not feeling 100%, so happy to see him back in the lineup. He's a big part of this Black Bears team, and they certainly will need him down the stretch run of the season as they trail Corvallis by 3 games in the race for the second half championship in the South Division. Also, his defense is irreplaceable. Sam Brown is a good first baseman as well, but Shepard, man, he just makes all the plays out there as he takes a curve at the knees now, 1-2. And Shepard was starting to get hot again before he started not feeling so great. And now the 1-2 pitch with one away coming in. He deals, and Shep checks his swing, but it's a strike anyway, and he is down looking for out number 2. So now Matty Fung will come up, 13 for 77. He has 6 runs scored, 3 doubles, and 5 runs batted in.
Matty Fung.
He's hitting with an on base of 253. And this one popped up over on the left side, and Chong is there right next to the LCC logo to put him down for the final out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Let's go to the top of the 3rd inning now. Port Angeles 1, Black Bears nothing. Right here on your home for Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO. Top 3 now, Lake Oakley Espinoza against Carson Angeroth, who posted a 0 the last time out on just the 1 hit. So now looking to keep things rolling along against 9-1-2. He did retire Oakley and Espinoza the last time that they came up in the top of the 1st inning. And Garrett Lake
Congratulations.
will work his way in there. Lake on the year is hitting just 147. He didn't pick up the start yesterday, but he ended up with a pinch hit appearance in which he was promptly retired. He has 16 hits and 109 at-bats, 3 doubles, 5 home runs, and 12 driven in. He also has an on-base of 331 as Angeroth misses downstairs 1-0. Carson has only thrown 19 pitches and 11 have gone for strikes today. And the 1-0. Breaking pitch right on the outside corner. That's a good-looking curveball from Angeroth, 1-1. Angeroth from Umpqua Community College will be going back there next year. And he was one of the better pitchers on their staff as Lake fouls this one away on the left side, and that will soar into the parking lot, 1-2. So Lake, a left-handed batter with an open stance. He's got the shin guard on as Angeroth looks to put him away. 1-2 and gets a chopper foul on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Angeroth looking for his first strikeout of the game. He did not record a K in his last outing. So a bit of a drought in. Would love to do it here against the number 9 hitter in the Port Angeles Lefties order. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and misses high, 2-2 to Garrett Lake with the very dangerous Nick Oakley waiting on deck. Black Bears are in the 2nd game of this 3-game series as Angeroth's curveball, he got him! Strike 3, drops in right at the belt of Lake. And there he goes, ending that strikeout list streak. As there's 1 down in the top of the 3rd inning, here is Nick Oakley. Oakley, a teammate of Brock Mortensen's, and, well, he likes Brock so much that he gave him the baseball that was pitched to him the last time he was up. He is 0 for 1 with a flyout to center field. And the first one to the left-hander is a curveball high and outside, 1-0. The Black Bears outfield has been fairly busy. Angeroth, mainly a fly ball pitcher. And the 1-1 is downstairs, picked up nicely by Martin, though, 2-0. Dawson, a very good defensive catcher back there from the University of Nevada, Reno. Good at framing pitches and blocking the ball. And now the 2-0 to Oakley. Fastball clips the outside edge, 2-1. So Angeroth's fastball command has looked pretty good today. It's when he's trying to start with the first pitch curve that he's gotten into a little bit of trouble. So now the 2-1 on the way. There's another curveball, and that's just above Oakley's shoe tops, 3-1. Well, walking Oakley isn't too bad. He's really the only batter for Port Angeles, besides, I guess, Coleman Schmidt, that has consistently hurt the Black Bears. So now the 3-1 is low, ball 4, gets away, and Oakley hustling over to first. He's going to round the bag and try for second. Here's the throw from Martin, and it's way in time. Nishida puts the tag on it, and Nick Oakley gets very greedy there, and Dawson Martin with an excellent throw to put him away for out number 2. So there's a walk, and then Oakley out at second on the 2-4. So Oakley trying to make a heads-up play, but by the time Martin got the ball, he was only about halfway down the line, and Dawson has a cannon. Really, all 3 catchers for the Black Bears have one of those. So they pick up an easy second out as Angeroth misses upstairs to Espinoza, 1-0. So now instead of a runner on first and 1 out, there's nobody on and 2 away. And Angeroth's 1-0. Breaking ball, strike on the outside, 1-1 as Espinoza looked like he was taking that the whole way, so Angeroth was able to steal one and dip it in right on the edge. And the 1-1 is inside and hits Espinoza right on the shoe tops. Again, the curveball command, not quite where Angeroth wants it right now. So we'll see if he can smooth it out moving forward as Coleman Schmidt steps up. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Schmidt hitting .188 against the Black Bears. He's 3 hits and 16 at-bats, 2 runs and 3 RBI in 4 games. Now 5. Espinoza thinks about going, and the pitch just inside from Angeroth. He wanted that one, 1-0. And it's becoming that time of the season. The Black Bears are going to start losing some more of their arms, and I think Angeroth will have one more on the road in Wenatchee, and that might be his last start for the team. So 1-0 is upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Tomorrow will be Isaac Martinez's last start for the Black Bears, and they'll certainly miss his left-handed presence. It's been an incredibly effective pitcher for them, a good mid-season pickup. As the rotation has been such a major strength for this Black Bears squad all season long. The bat's starting to turn it around, too, as Angeroth's next curveball clips the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. The Black Bears have the best staff in the league with a 3.17 ERA. That's first, with a 1.25 whip, also leading the West Coast League. They're third in slugging percentage allowed at .301 and fourth in batting average against at just .219. As now the 2-1 pitch, another curve, and fouled off the ankle of Schmidt, and you can see what the game plan is against Coleman. Try not to give him a fastball that he can really drive, and now the count even at 2-2 with more than likely another breaking pitch on the way. 1-0 Port Angeles lead over the Cowlitz Black Bears here in the top of the third. They have a man on first base, but 2 down. And Angeroth decides to try the pick play at first. Not in time. Shepard, though, with the tag anyway. Tomorrow, the game will be at 1:05 p.m. against these lefties, as it will close out the season. It'll be the last time these 2 teams play all year long. And time called at the plate. Home plate umpire today is Jordan Shepard. And in the field is Andrew Mervin, and they'll flip-flop for the final game tomorrow. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Angeroth deals, breaking ball, line, Shepard, oh my goodness, what a play! Jaden Shepard leaps in the air and uses all 6 feet and 6 inches of his frame to steal away a base hit and put him down for the final out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left to board. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Port Angeles Lefties lead at 1-0 with your Black Bears coming to bat right here on YouTube and KEDO. Matthews, Schwartz, Riku Nishida, Brock Bozzette leading off the bottom of the third inning, trying to help the Black Bears climb back from this very shallow 1-0 deficit. Brooks has pitched 2 scoreless frames and allowed 3 hits, but the Black Bears have left a couple of men aboard. The Lefties pitching staff has not been what they were looking for in this 2021 season. They have a 5.05 ERA. That's 9th in the league. Actually, all of these numbers are 9th in the West Coast League. They have a 1.59 whip, a 372 slugging against, and a 259 batting average against. And if there's anybody that likes to hit against Port Angeles, it's Matthew Schwartz. As the first offering to him is grounded hard over to the third baseman. Crawford picks it up on a hop, throws over to first, and a good stretch by Floodstrom is able to beat Schwartz there, and he's sent down for out number 1 with Riku Nishida coming back on up there. Nishida 0 for 1 with a close play at first base, a ground ball to Javi Espinoza.
It's the second baseman, number 5 from Mount Hood Community College, Riku Nishida.
And Riku, gonna have to look to see. I think he went up in the rankings. Yeah, coming into the game, he has a 364 league average. That's third, just behind Travis Bazana, who's hitting 448 for Corvallis, and Leo Mosby for the Portland Pickles, who is hitting 374. So we saw that number go down a little bit with the 0-1 today, but very confident he can turn things around. And the 0-1 to Riku is fouled and right behind home plate. Actually smothered by Chong, 0-2. Riku is on a stretch of games where he has an extra base hit in 4 consecutive contests, and in 3 of those, he has a trio of hits, including 3 hits in each of the last 2 games. So with 1 down, the base is empty, an 0-2 count coming from Brooks to Nishida as he kicks, fires, and Riku hits one in the air, and that'll slice foul down the left side and way out of play. Still an 0-2 count. And all the fans in attendance tonight will be treated to a first-class fireworks show after today's game, and the Black Bears looking to have some explosive offense before that. Now the 0-2 is popped up in the air on the left side. Crawford looks to be reading it and is right next to Oakley. Crawford will make the grab and put Nishida down for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down. A pair of balls hit to the left side as Brock Bozzette going to come up for the second time today. He is 1 for 1 with a single right up the middle. Bozzette, one of 2 players for the Black Bears from Spokane, and joined by his middle infield or rather left side of the infield partner, Matthew Schwartz, as he squares around a bunt, but the pitch is outside. He pulls it back 1-0. Bozzette has 5 bunt hits this season. That leads the team. And his buddy, Matthew Schwartz, right behind him with 3. And now the 1-0 on the way. Bozzette lines one right at Oakley, who runs across over to his right side and puts him down for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. Brooks doing well through 3 as the Lefties try to score some more in the top of the 4th on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears baseball, YouTube, and KEDO. We'll be right back. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning at David Story Field. Port Angeles lead the Black Bears 1-0 with Bryce Matthews, Carson Crawford, and Trevor Tschenkel all headed to the plate. That is 4, 5, and 6, and Matthews 1 for 1 with an RBI double. That's the only offense in today's game. The first pitch to him is a fastball at the knees, strike 0-1. This is one of 4 games going on in the West Coast League today, and we'll have to keep an eye on the other 3 as they all involve South Division opponents for the Black Bears that they need to drop some games as Angeroth misses down and in 1-1. Corvallis lead the Bellingham Bells by a score of 1-0 in the top of the 6th at Joe Martin Field, so Cal's hoping that the Bells can come around as Martin takes one above the shoe tops now with the breaking pitch 2-1. Walla Walla lead Ridgefield 1-0 at RORC. That's in the top of the 5th inning as well. And Portland and Bend deadlocked in a scoreless tie in the top of the 1st. So just getting started at Walker Stadium. And Matthews said that one hit him, but home plate umpire Jordan Shepard says, I didn't see that. So Matthews instead going to face a 3-1 count. Again, Angeroth's best pitch today has been that fastball. He's been very consistent with it in the zone as now the 3-1 goes back to it and gets a slow roller over to first. Shepard's going to pick it up and he'll tag Matthews, who tried to slide headfirst into the bag. And, well, only Riku Nishida is allowed to do that here at David Story Field. As Shepard does a good job guarding the base and puts him down on the 3 unassisted for out number 1.
Now batting the third baseman, number 28, Carson Crawford.
So here is Carson Crawford, 0 for 1. Has made a couple of nice plays over at the hot corner for Port Angeles as well. He grounded out to Matthew Schwartz in his only trip as Angeroth yanks that pitch outside for a ball 1-0. So already good signs from Angeroth today. He's had some better control out there and getting some weaker contact off of this Port Angeles squad that he did against Yakima Valley. It's the 1-0. Fastball up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, we'll see Isaac Martinez tomorrow, and then the Black Bears will have 1 day off on Monday before heading down to Ridgefield to kick off another 6-game road trip. And now Angeroth deals a fastball on the outside corner, 2-1. Going to need the starting pitching to stay consistent down the stretch as they trail by 3 games with 11 left to go, as this one is lined and will drop into left for a single. Crawford going to touch first base and stop right there. So now 4 hits in the ballgame for Port Angeles. As they continue to put the bat on the ball well. Here comes Trevor Tashenko, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to deep left center field his first trip. Tashenko certainly with some power for Port Angeles, but has struggled against the Black Bears, just 2 for 12 with 4 strikeouts. Left-handed batter with a slightly open stance takes a curveball right at the shins for a ball 1-0. So now Angeroth at 47 pitches and just 24 for strikes, as he's been about 50-50 lately. Shepard with a good hold on first base, and they throw over, not in time. Waiting on deck is Nathan Chong, today's starting catcher for Port Angeles. Now Cal's looking at, or rather hoping, to not repeat the performance of the last time they played Port Angeles in the middle game of a 3-game series where they lost a close 1-run ball game. The bats just didn't have the same juice that they had in games 1 and 3 that time, where they scored a combined 26 runs. Only 3 scored in the second game back at Civic Field. And now they trail at 1-0 in the top of the 4th with 1 down, and now a 2-0 count coming on the way, and there's the changeup on the outside corner, 2-1. So Angeroth goes with his tertiary pitch right there and starting to mix things up for Tashenko. I haven't seen many changeups through the first 3 1/3 innings that he's tossed from the bump. And now a long look. The 2-1 off the slide step is a curveball that doesn't bite as hard as he needed it to. And now behind in the count, 3-1. Port Angeles with 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. Cowlitz with no runs on 3 hits, no errors, and have left 2 runners on base. And the 3-1 on the way is hit in the air to very shallow center. Nishida waves at it and can't come up with it, as that'll drop in front of Mortensen. A little bloop single for Tashenko. And now back-to-back base runners here this inning, as Nathan Chong will step up to the plate.
Now batting the catcher, number 15, Nathan Chong.
Chong is 1 for 1. He lined one up the middle as well. It's tough. It went right past Angeroth's glove. He just had a tricky time getting over to it. Nishida pinched behind the second base bag to keep Crawford close and also be close there for a potential double play ball. His first pitch from Engeroth is just low, 1-0. Again, Engeroth allowed 5 runs in his last appearance, but only 2 combined in the previous 12 1/3 innings pitched. And the 1-0 is right there on the outside part of the plate, 1-1, as Chong watches that fastball the whole way. Wilson Weber is hustling out to the bullpen right now. I wonder if that means the Black Bears are going to start warming somebody up in case Carson gets in trouble. We do see somebody stretching out there, but I can't tell who he is from this distance. 1-1 is a spiked off-speed pitch, 2-1, as that one does hit home plate. Black Bears going for their second, third game winning streak of the season. And would love to try to get some momentum for a potential sweep against the lefty squad that has struggled all season long. 2-1 is a curveball that hung, but now the ball hangs in the air, foul on the right end, and will land just adjacent to the Port Angeles bullpen on the right side, 2-2. If the Black Bears are going to use anybody for distance, it'll probably be Michael Benz, who now I just saw grab his glove out there in the Black Bears pen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, and another one off the barrel of the bat, but swatted away on the right side, and we'll keep the count at 2-2. Crawford and Shashenko both with a base hit in this inning. And now the former on second and the latter over on first base. And now Engeroth's 2-2. Breaking ball low, just below the knees, count full. So again, Engeroth just under 60% of his pitches thrown for strikes. He's just above that 50% mark here today. As now the 3-2 is fouled away. And we'll do it all over again. This season, Engeroth now has thrown 22 pitches into full count, and before the game, he threw 71.4% of them for strikes. So he's pitched exceptionally well when the count is run full, really battles. As now with 2 men on, the payoff pitch comes in and misses high, ball 4, and Engeroth has loaded the bases now with 1 down, and Ethan Floodstrom stepping up to the plate. Well, the last time Floodstrom was up, he did ground into a 6-4-3 double play, so Cal's hoping for the same result that right here. And Corey Keir going to go run out there to the mound and start to have a chat with Engeroth and the entire Black Bears defense as Benz continues to get hot in the pen. And we'll take another look around the league right now. See if any of those scores have changed since the last time. And looks like everything's about the same. 1-0 Corvallis over the Bells in the top of the 6th. And in the bottom of the 5th, Walla Walla still leading Ridgefield 1-0. And Bend and Portland all tied up at nothing in the bottom of the 1st. For Walla Walla, doing well to hold down a very powerful Ridgefield Raptors lineup as Joe Ball from Beaverton, Oregon, is really having a nice game. He's done 5 scoreless, no walks, 5 Ks, and allowed just 2 hits. So now the deliberation disperses, and the Black Bears are ready to try to escape this and have Engeroth go out of there. The Houdini-esque performance. So Crawford will go back to third, to Schenkel to second, and Nathan Chong to first with Ethan Floodstrom at the plate. And Floodstrom does not have an RBI this season. Left-hander against the right-handed firing Engeroth from Umpqua Community College, as the first pitch is a bunt attempt, and it's lined into the Black Bear dugout. Ooh, looked like that was first base coach Shane McCarroll trying to make a leaping grab. Man, I mean, I thought he was going to fall down the step there. As they toss the ball to a young fan. Ooh, he made a nice catch over the netting, and the count 0-1. Hey, we don't only call the action on the field here. We call the action in the stands all over the place. I say welcome to David Story Field. and the entire stadium at LCC as Angeroth tries to pick off throw to third. Nothing doing. That is a risky throw. So trying to steal one away, and luckily for the Black Bears, Bozzette was ready for it. So 0-1, one down. Angeroth looking for a ground ball as the 0-1 pitch is lined, and that will bounce off of the netting and right into a fan's hands. Nice play over there. We might have some future Black Bears here just sitting on. We might have to sign them for next season. Big pitch for Angeroth. No balls and 2 strikes coming on up to the first baseman for Port Angeles. And he deals. Strike 3. He got him. Catches Fledstrom window shopping down the outside corner with the fastball, and just like that, there's 2 away for Garrett Lake. And Fledstrom frustrated as he heads on back to the dugout. Lake is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking.
Center fielder number 24, Garrett Lake.
And Lake has been another Port Angeles batter that's had a tough time against Cowlitz. He's 0 for 10. Couple of walks, though, and a run scored. But does not have a hit against these Black Bears. First pitch to him is a breaking ball that slips out of Angeroth's hands, so that's up and outside. Good stop by Martin, 1-0. I don't have the lefties' numbers with runners in scoring position, but I can't imagine that it would be too high. Team hitting .204 on the season as the 1-0 is swung on, and look out.
Look alive, folks. Look
Garrett
alive.
Lake needs some pine tar on the bat. 1-1 coming up to him. Yeah, so coming out, a good teammate, Nick Oakley, bringing out the stick and needs a little extra grip. Yeah, sticky stuff certainly discouraged for pitchers, but for batters, you definitely need that up there at the plate. That's for sure. So not only that, he's adjusting his batting gloves. And the 1-1 due up. He deals. Swing and a miss from Lake. And the count now 1-2. Angeroth a pitch away from getting out of this jam. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Crawford on third. Tashenkel on second. Chong on first. A strikeout will get this crowd on their feet. Angeroth sets near the bell. Dawson Martin sits up outside. The 1-2. He got him. Strike 3. Carson Angeroth strikes out the side and leaves him loaded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Port Angeles 1 and the Black Bears looking to come back on your home for Black Bears baseball. KEDO and on YouTube. We will be right back. Bottom 4, heart of the Cowlitz order due up, and Stinson, Brown, and Mortensen as Port Angeles clinging to a 1-0 lead. Stephen Brooks back out there for another inning of work, and he's thrown 3 scoreless, 34 pitches, 26 for strikes. He's allowed no runs on 3 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And Brooks throwing 76.5% of his pitches for strikes, so that's been a big part of his success. His longest outing this year was against Yakima Valley. He went 5 2/3, but he does not have a shutout appearance since June 5th against the Bellingham Bells, where he went 2 innings and struck out a pair. So Cowlitz trying to put something up on the board after scoring 13 yesterday. Here's Jacob Stinson. He's 0 for 1. Belted one over to left field, but Jashenko was able to catch it at the track and put him down for out number 2 back in the first. Now first pitch to Stinson, hits it the other way again, but this will hook into foul territory, 0-1. Nice crisp, there we go. Summer evening here in Longview, Washington. Definitely a lot cooler than it was last night. As Brooks rocks, fires 0-1, and that one's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was in the 90s for yesterday's game, but today, sitting at a nice cool 68, and the wind coming in at only 4 miles an hour. So again, not as much wind. It had picked up a little bit more earlier. So now the 1-1 from Brooks is lined hard, and that'll go down near the right field line for a single. Stinson's going to take a big turn around the bag, but coming up with it is Schmidt, so it's a leadoff base hit for Jacob Stinson. And the Black Bears in business with Sam Brown coming up to bat. Cowlitz being out hit by just 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. The Lefties with 5 hits, Cowlitz with 4, and Port Angeles, of course, up 1-0.
California, please welcome Sam Brown.
Brown's been hot on a 3-game hitting streak now. And Brooks delivers, and this one's scooped in the air, twisting hard on the left side, and will land near the concession area. Over on the left end, 0-1 to the Black Bears right fielder. So Sam Brown kind of filling the void that was left when Kerry Arboleda left the team. Right fielder that can play first base and a power bat, except for Brown, he can bat left-handed as the 0-1 breaking pitch runs way outside, 1-1. Black Bears, of course, missing Kerry Arboleda and some of his power, and hope that his hand gets well soon. And Stinson with a 10-foot lead off the bag, being held on by Floodstrom. The 1-1 is down and outside again, a little closer to the plate, but not where Brooks needed it to be, so he falls behind 2-1. And in Brown's last at-bat, he got a hit on a 2-2 pitch. As a quick throw over is not in time. Stinson, another guy that they certainly have to keep an eye on over there, as he's been known to steal a base or two. Stinson with 6 swipe bags and as many tries. And now the 2-1 is a check swing, high and outside with the fastball, and they appeal. No, he did not go, says Andrew Mervin. So the count now 3-1 to the Black Bear right fielder with Brock Mortensen waiting on deck. And the flag on that pole is almost still here as Brown swings and misses at almost the exact same pitch up and away. Now the count fills up 3-2. Well, the power bats coming up right now for the Black Bears, certainly looking to take advantage on the dearth of gusts coming in from left center, as it certainly stops a lot of foul balls or fly balls. And the 3-2 instead, they fired at first, nothing doing. Got a lot of families here today. Dawson Martin's here, Queso Gada's, a lot of host families as well. Matthew Schwartz's family was here yesterday. Carson Angeroth's clan. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Brown takes the off-speed up and outside. Back-to-back base runners to kick off the inning, as Brock Mortensen will come on up. The Black Bears hitting .216 with runners in scoring position on the air, but .281 in the second half, including a whopping 7 for 16 yesterday. That was only eclipsed by their 8 for 17. And that also came against Port Angeles. And now Mac Ackert headed out to the mound. He's going to want to have a quick conversation here with Brooks after he's been a little erratic to the first 2 batters here. Mortensen 1 for 1. He tattooed a double down the right field line, but it was stranded aboard there. So this time, if he's able to do it again, he'll probably knock in 2 with Stinson and Brown both waiting on base for him. So 1-0 Port Angeles lead on the Black Bears here in the bottom of the 4th inning. In the last game, 2 or 3 game set, the Black Bears lost by just 1, 4-3, but in every other game against the Lefties, the Black Bears have scored 17, 9 and 13 respectively in their 3 victories against their neighbors to the north, or their rivals to the north, I should say. So now the discussion finished up, and well, that's got to feel pretty good as a batter if they have to have a meeting just about you. That's kind of what it seems like. It's Brock Mortensen now 3 for 5 this series.
Brock Mortensen.
So Brock coming into the box. Again, a left-hander with a wide open stance. Very cool, calm, and collected at the plate. Does not let any situation get to him, as the first pitch is a swing and a miss. And the count 0-1. And again, I'm only plugging it again because it was so excellent. Got to check out Brock Mortensen's interview after yesterday's game. If you want an insight to not only his game, but pretty much the feel of this entire Black Bears team, so check it out. It's only about 7 minutes long, as the 0-1 is a fastball off the edge outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brock. After yesterday's offensive outburst, the Black Bears were able to get their average, including non-league games, up to 232, so that's certainly been trending in the right direction. They get on base at a 336 mark and a 325 slugging, as Mortensen hits one off the handle of the bat, foul into the grandstand seating behind home plate, and level 1-2 coming up to the UC Santa Barbara center fielder.
Are we good, folks? Not a souvenir here?
Yeah, he and teammate Nick Oakley have really been the stars of the show this series. Although Oakley wearing some different laundry this time through. And now the 1-2 to Mortensen is fouled back again and will be retrieved by, it's going to be Isaac Martinez. Dawson Martin was sauntering over to it, but tomorrow's starting pitcher came right after. Yeah, I've noticed Isaac tends to do that the day before his start. So 1-2 coming up to Brock after back-to-back foul balls. He deals, and fastball misses above the belt. Evens the count now at 2-2. So Brooks was coasting through the first couple of innings pretty well with the lower pitch count. Now up to 48 on 33 strikes. And the 2-2. Breaking ball misses away again as Brooks starting to struggle against these left-handers. He's leaving those off-speed pitches outside. And those are very easy for these lefties to take. Not too much you can do with the off-speed pitch that's down and away, as the payoff is swung on and fouled it off his foot. And luckily for Mortensen, he does have that guard that's on top of it, so no harm, but yes, there is a foul, as that's what it was called by the home plate umpire. So back-to-back base runners to start this inning. Stinson and Brown have both reached. And the next one to Mortensen, the 3-2, outside, ball 4, bases loaded for Dawson Martin. Last time the bases were loaded for Dawson Martin against Port Angeles, he hit a bases-clearing double in game number 3. That was last Sunday, in what would be a 9-4 Black Bear victory.
Now batting the catcher, number 16. He's from Sparks, Nevada.
So Dawson 0 for 1 and looking to live up to the name of his hometown in Nevada, looking to spark a rally here for the Black Bears, who trail by 1. First pitch to the catcher is popped up in the infield on the right side. Infield fly rule called, so Martin is out, and the play is made by Espinoza. So there is 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
And now batting, the first baseman, number 32 from Pleasanton, California. Put your hands together.
Now Jaden Shepard to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Looking to put good wood on the baseball. The crowd is behind him. And Brooks delivers, and Shepard hits one in the air on the right side, but that'll go foul, 0-1. Stephen Brooks, one of the few people in this league that's the same size as Shepard. So they both measure up at 6'6". The Black Bears with a lot of tall players. So Sam Brown, I believe he's 6'3". And then James Bradwell at 6'5" as the 0-1. Breaking pitch is below the knees of Shepard, actually more towards the ankle line now, 1-1. And Jaden this year with runners in scoring position hitting 167. He has 7 hits in 42 tries. He's got Mortensen and Brown both on with walks, and Jacob Stinson on there with the base hit as the 1-1 is hit on the ground. Broke his bat over to the third baseman, could be 2. Fires a second for 1 on to first. It's a double play, the 5-4-3, and the Black Bears get some bad luck after loading the bases with nobody out and cannot come up with a run. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Top of the 5th coming up. Port Angeles 1, Black Bears none, and the Lefties coming to bat on your home for Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO. Well, after a golden opportunity to try and score, the Black Bears now still trail at 1-0, and Carson Angeroth replaced by Michael Benz from Sonoma State. So Benz is in and Angeroth is out. And let's give you Carson's final line on the day. Angeroth went 4 innings, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So just 66 pitches, 36 strikes. It's 54.5%. As Michael Benz will step on in, the relief ace of this Black Bears team. Benz making his team-leading 20th appearance. He's also second on the team in innings pitched, all out of the bullpen at 35, and will certainly be getting plenty more here today. And actually changed up his facial hair a little bit. He had the long flowing beard, and now he's trimmed it down. Over in Yakima Valley, it was more of a Goose Gossett stash. Now more of just a regular old handlebar. Ben's 4-3 with a 1.85 ERA. He has a pair of saves in those 35 innings. 27 strikeouts and 7 walks, a whip of .98. And the first offering, swing and a miss by Oakley, in the count 0-1. Ben's a fastball slider pitcher, and that slider breaks a foot, maybe a foot and a half when it's at its best. Not afraid to throw to both lefties and righties, and in any count, as the 0-1 fastball is just a little high and outside, 1-1. For the most part, the Black Bears have been able to neutralize Oakley today. He's 0-for-1 with a walk. It's going to be the top of the lefty order, Oakley, Espinoza, and Schmidt. For Benz right here, as the 1-1 fastball is fouled off the plate and then off of Oakley's back. And it'll be a 1-2 coming on up. Yeah, big key to Benz's success is his ability to throw strikes. He throws 68.2% of his total pitches across the plate. That's 0.3 of a percentage point behind Kelly Austin for the team lead. As now the 1-2 is the slider, down and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In his last outing, Benz was telling me he wasn't too happy with himself, as he did allow a run on 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 2 1/3 against Yakima Valley. But before that, he had not allowed a run in 6 consecutive appearances dating back to July 10th against the Ridgefield Raptors. And now Oakley fouls one back, so the count will stay 2-2. And the time before that against Yakima, Benz pitched a few scoreless innings against Port Angeles. This one's going to hop to Nishida, picks it up on a crazy bounce over to first to shuffle, and they got him. Riku Nishida with another gorgeous play over there on the second base side. It puts him down for out number 1.
Scoop and flip by
And with Javi Espinoza stepping up, he's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left and a hit by pitch.
Now batting
The last time Benz, again, against Port Angeles was on July 25th. He went 2 1/3, allowing just 1 hit and struck out 3. Gets another left-handed batter on the lefties as Benz fires a fastball, just misses off the inside edge, 1-0. Ben's a big corners guy. Has plus fastball command and plus movement on that slider as the 1-0 is the slider, but it missed low. 2 balls and a strike. Cal's probably going to get at least 2 out of Ben's. My guess is they're looking for 3, especially with the off day Monday in between to give him a little extra rest. The 2-0 is swung on and grounded fair over on the first base side as Shepard picks it up, scoops, and taps the bag himself. And he'll put Espinoza down for out number 2. So most players might maybe think about letting that one roll foul or get close to it, but Shepard with the good baseball IQ, realizing that one was probably going to roll over the first base bag fairly, so he picked it up and used his momentum to tap on the bag and collect the second out of the inning. So here's Coleman Schmidt. He is 1 for 2 with a line out to Shepard and a base hit over to left field. First pitch is a slider on the outside corner, and Schmidt falls behind 0-1. The line drive to Shepard was one of the better plays that we have seen all year, and there's been so many. Shepard leapt up in the air and, again, used his entire 6'6" frame and then his wingspan to make that grab, and was able to end the inning. And Schmidt fouls one back, 0-2. And Schmidt was the last out of the top of the third. And Cal's trying to make him the final out here at the top of the 5th. 1-0 Port Angeles up on Cowlitz here, but an 0-2 count to the 3-hitter on the lefties. Benz kicks, fire, slider just off the plate, trying to get the chase, but Schmidt with some good discipline up there. That is not an easy pitch to take. Slider looks like a fastball almost all the way in, and then it starts to break right at the end. And at that point, most guys have already swung on and missed. Now another 1-2. Goes fastball in, and that'll go into the netting. That probably will set up the slider outside. Lights are on here at David Story Field. It's only 8:18, and despite the cloud cover, still plenty of sunshine here. Base is empty, 1-2. Slider is punched in the air, and we'll do it all over again. Cowlitz will send up Fung, Schwartz, and Nishida in the bottom of the 5th when it's their turn in. We'll try to get their first runs of the ball game. They do have 4 hits, but have left 4 men on base, and including wasting a bases loaded, nobody out opportunity in the last inning. And now the 1-2. Another slider. This one grounded and just past Bozzette into left for a single. So Schmidt now with a pair of hits on the day, and Port Angeles total now up to 6 as Bryce Matthews will come on up. As the lefties get another opportunity here.
Now batting the designated hitter number 48, Bryce Matthews.
Matthews with an RBI double. That's the only run-producing hit of the game. And he did score Schmidt. That was back in the first. Benz deals, and the fastball is fouled on the left side, 0-1. If you want a souvenir, David Story Field is the place to be. There are so many foul balls out here, and the foul territory is not very spacious. So there's plenty of room in the stands and just outside of them to pick up one that comes off a player's bat as the runner goes, and Matthews fouls one on the left side again. This one will stay in the ballpark. And did Carey get it?
Let me tell you, if you're a souvenir fan, this game is for you.
Might have been Carey Gattel, our operations manager, that got that baseball. So another big pitch for Benz. No balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting Matthews at the plate. Schmidt waits on first, leads about 10 feet off the bag as the throw over is not in time. And wow, I just noticed out there, Riku Nishida playing very deep at second base. He is several feet on the right field grass out there. And he does know that Matthews hits that ball hard. It's the 0-2 runner thinks about going. This is grounded to first. Shepard picks it up, bounces off his glove. Nobody's covering first as Nishida grabs it. And Shepard trying to make a play across his body and unable to come up with it. That's going to go as an error on the first baseman. And the inning continues now with 2 aboard.
Carson Crawford.
And Carson Crawford now coming up. Dawson Martin going to talk to Benz, probably to just break things up a little bit, as Michael did get a good opportunity to end the inning right there, but the Black Bears defense just could not come up with that baseball. Crawford is 1 for 2. He's grounded out and singled, and both pitches that he's hit have been pulled over on the left side. So Schmidt with a hit and Matthews with a reach on an error as Benz delivers the first one inside, and doesn't look like it hit him. So just a wild pitch as it gets away from Martin, and now 2 in scoring position and a 1-0 count to the 5-hitter for the Lefties. Ben's receiving some words of encouragement over from his coaches down there on the third base line. Well, if they can trust any reliever to get out of a jam, it's him. And now Benz is 1-0. Slider and just downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. First base is open and Trevor Jashenkel waits on deck. He's 1 for 2 though. Ben's a right-hander pitching from the extreme first base side of the rubber as he kicks, delivers, and this is grounded to Bozzette. What a stop by him. Picks it up, fires across the diamond to first. Oh, he still completes the play. Brock Bozzette. He can drop it and still fire it over. Saves a run as he puts them away on the 5-3 for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th as we're halfway through at David Story Field, and we'll continue with Cowlitz coming to bat on your home for Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO. Bottom 5 now. Matty Fung to lead it off. Matthews, Schwartz, and Riku Nishida all coming up. Lefty, righty, lefty against another inning from Stephen Brooks as the Black Bears trail at 1-0 but have left 4 runners on base, so it's been tricky for them offensively. Their 4 hits have all come without a runner in scoring position today, as they have gone just 1 for 6 in those situations. So my mistake, 1 of those hits have come in those spots, but did not bring in a run as they had to park the runner over there at third base.
For our Black Bears, introducing the designated hitter number 1 from UC Davis, Matty Fung.
Fung 0 for 1 with a pop out behind home plate. First pitch to the lefty is a broken bat, and this will be grounded over to short. Picked up by Espinoza. He slings it to first, and Fung is down on 1 pitch and will have to grab a new piece of lumber the next time he's up. That's the second broken bat of the game for Cowlitz. Actually, the second in a row. Jaden Shepard broke his bat on the double play to end the bottom of the 4th.
And now stepping up to the plate, the shortstop, number 4, Matthew Schwartz.
First one to Schwartz as a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Schwartz is 0 for 1 today, though he was 3 for 5 yesterday. 3 for 4 yesterday with a double and 2 runs batted in. Also scored a pair of times as the 0-1 is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schwartz now has 9 runs batted in against these Port Angeles lefties this series. He has 7 against every other team in the league. And the next one is hit in the air, foul on the right side, and now Schwartz falls behind 1-2. And again, the Cowlitz Black Bears would like to invite you to come on down for Peace Health Sunday tomorrow, the last Peace Health Sunday of the season, as they'll take on these Port Angeles lefties at a special 1:05 start time. You can get your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com. As the 1-2 is grounded sharply up the middle, and that's going to go through for a base hit. So Matthew Schwartz continues his success against Port Angeles and reaches for Riku Nishida. Well, Riku in a bit of a cold stretch for him. He's 0 for his last 3.
And now at the top of the order, please welcome our second baseman, number 5 from Osaka, Japan, Riku.
Riku has grounded out and flied out everything in the infield. And comes up with a man on in Matthew Schwartz. He's got a 10-foot lead off the bag. The first pitch to Nishida is outside, 1-0. Again, Riku with a right-handed practice swing between each and every pitch, despite batting left-handed. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Everything he's doing, I would not change a thing, as Riku slices one foul now, 1-1. I'll give you Matthew Schwartz's stolen base numbers now, as he has 3 and 4 attempts. They haven't tried to run on Chong yet, as the 1-1 misses low in the dirt, and it's picked right up by Chong. A good block back there, and that'll keep Schwartz over there on first base. Cowlitz had 5 hits, but no runs to show for it so far today. So they're hoping that the top of the order coming up now can spark some life into the offense. 2-1, Nishida squares around the bunt, pulls it back. The pitch is high and outside. 3 balls in the strike, and Schwartz back to the first base bag. And Nishida with 23 walks this season could end up getting 24 and extending his 14-game on-base streak. It's the 3-1, and that's exactly what he will do. Takes one high and away, ball 4, and Riku with walk number 24. And 129 plate appearances now. Here's Brock Bozzette, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a line drive, and with a chance to drive in his 30th run of the season. And now Chong and Crawford will go have a chat with him, and we will talk about the other scores in the West Coast League. The only difference now here is that Ridgefield now lead at 2-1 on Walla Walla. All the other scores the same. That game's in the bottom of the 7th, and Corvallis up 1-0 on Bellingham in the bottom of the 8th. And still a scoreless tie in Portland between the Pickles and the Elks. And Brooks' first pitch is hit in the air over to right field. Going back on it is Lake near the track. He makes the grab, puts him down. Here comes Schwartz for third. The throw is cut off by Oakley. So Bozzette puts Goodwin on the baseball, but sails it in the air to center. But at the very least does move their potential tying run just 90 feet from home, as Jacob Stinson will come on up to the plate. And also something to keep an eye on. Look over at Nishida over at first base. He's going to start dancing around the bag there. And let's see if that messes with Brooks, who is now at 66 pitches. And Nishida off for second. The pitch is inside. The pump fake throw. Now they go over to third. Not in time. So Riku with another swipe ace. And the count 0-1. My mistake. So Stinson behind in the count, just needs a base hit to not only tie the game, but perhaps give the Black Bears the lead as he slices one foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Stinson hitting 184 with runners in scoring position, 7 for 38, but also a sac fly and 8 walks in those spots. The little fly ball won't help here with 2 outs. Oh, 2. Stinson grounds one, and that'll go foul. Still an 0-2 count. So that steal, Riku continues to separate himself from the rest of the pack on the team. He now has 19 stolen bases. Huge spot for Stinson. No balls, 2 strikes. A chance to give his team the lead. Brooks deals, and Stinson wastes another one foul, so we'll live to find another pitch after fouling off 3 consecutive pitches over the plate. And especially with the ways the scores are going, the Black Bears certainly need another win here against Port Angeles. Team that they've had success against. Another 0-2 is taken upstairs. A good take by Stinson. That upstairs fastball, a very easy chase pitch. It looks better than everything else because of the proximity between the ball and your eyes. It looks huge, but Stinson able to recognize that. A veteran up at the plate. 2 on, 2 down. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled into the glove of Chong. And down on strikes is Stinson for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 left to board. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Port Angeles 1, Black Bears nothing. With the Lefties coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears baseball, KEDO and YouTube. Schenkel, Chong, Floodstrom all due up as we head into the top of the 6th. Port Angeles 1, Black Bears nothing. Schenkel's 1 for 2 today as Benz put a couple of runners on but was able to wiggle out of the jam and keep it just a 1-run deficit. It's now his turn to keep it there again, and hopefully the Black Bears bats can start to turn things around. They'll have Brown, Mortensen, and Martin due up in the bottom part of the 6th inning. 1 run on 6 hits, no errors, 7 left for the Lefties. No runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 6 left aboard for the Cowlitz Black Bears. As Ben's first pitch of fastball is blooped into shallow left. Jumping in the air is Schwartz and goes over his glove. So a little bloop single that time for Schenkel. His second of the ball game, and the leadoff man is aboard for Port Angeles in the top of the 6th.
Now batting the catcher, number 15,
Nathan Chong has not gone out today as he comes in. Right-handed hitter, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Schenkel, about 9 feet off the bag, being held on by Shepard. Ben steals. This one hit in the air, popped up over on the left side. Stinson runs over to the gap and will make the play to put him down for out number 1. So 1 down, the double play ball certainly in effect as Ethan Floodstrom comes to the plate. 0 for 2, and he has knocked into a double play already today.
Now batting the first base.
That was 6-4-3. Schwartz on a tough hop. Delivered to Nishida, and then a nice sidearm thrown to Shepard completed the play. Ben's at 23 pitches, 16 for strikes as Floodstrom steps out and needs another second before the first pitch is delivered to him. And my mistake, a pinch hitter for Floodstrom. It's going to be Jack Holman as he swings and misses 0-1. So my mistake, Holman comes up to the plate. He was yesterday's starting catcher. Holman hitting 176, a left-handed batter. He has 19 hits and 108 at-bats, 10 runs scored, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, and 10 driven in, a 264 on base as Schenkel thinks about going, but has second thoughts as he drops back to the bag, and Holman takes one away, 1-1. Holman is 3 for 14 against the Black Bears this season with a run scored and 3 strikeouts. And a quick throw over, not in time. Benz has picked off a pair of batters this season, so likes to keep those base runners close. And most of the time, they're not expecting it. A right-handed pitcher not often picks off runners at first, but something Benz has certainly mastered. As the 1-1 runner goes, pitches low. Martin eats the throw. And Tashenko will go into second with his first stolen base of the game. And for him, that is his 5th swipe bag in 8 tries. So another runner in scoring position now for Port Angeles. And Holman, who hit cleanup in yesterday's game at the plate, the 2-1, is caught on a miss. And the count even at 2-2. That one dusted the plate, but Holman fooled by the movement, so swings right on top of it. On the top of the 6th, Port Angeles with the 1-run lead. We're just about an hour and a half into this ball game as we get closer and closer to the fireworks at the end of the game. And Benz's 2-2 is popped up and foul out of play on the left side. Benz has allowed 2 hits today. Neither of them hit particularly hard, and then another base runner on an error by Jaden Shepard, but Brock Bozzette was able to bail his teammates out with a nice play to end the last inning. So Ben's looking at another 2-2, perhaps another slider as Martin's setting up low. And Ben's deals. Slider grounded and past Schwartz into left for a base hit. Picking it up is Stinson. He's going to rifle one home. It's cut off by Bozzette, and it's an RBI single for Jack Holman. The Lefties double their lead. It's 2-0. So Holman with a pinch hit RBI, and Benz allows another run as Garrett Lake steps up. He's 0 for 2, though, with a couple of strikeouts. So Port Angeles stacking their lineup with left-handed batters, as their name would imply. This is a chopper, and will go foul on the right end, 0-1. That could get the job done, although, again, Benz gets righties and lefties out pretty much equally. Cowlitz, though, do not have too many left-handers in the pen. They have Liam Hatakanaka, who threw yesterday. They might use him later on. As the 0-1 is low, 1-1. The runner thinks about it, and Martin picks it up quickly, so the feinted throw over to first will get Holman back there. Port Angeles have 8 hits today and just 5 in the 3rd innings at the plate. And that's well above their average of 6.6 hits per contest. And now the 1-1. Slider on, oh no, not on the outside corner. The way that Shepard popped up, it looked like he was going to make the strike call there, but instead just stood up straight and with 2-1 on the way. Holman on first, 1 down, 1 run already in this inning. As Benz kicks, fires, 2-1, fastball away, 3-1. And now Cowlitz looking to get another arm warm out there in the pen. They sent Tomo Marase out to go out and tell them who to get loose. Ben's now with a 3-1 coming on up. He deals, and this is popped up over to the left side. Schwartz is there and makes the grab for out number 2. So a good pop up by Garrett Lake. Of course, the Black Bears probably would prefer a ground ball in that spot, but hey, an outs and out as there's 2 away for Nick Oakley. Oakley has only reached once today. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a groundout. And the only time he got on was a walk. That was back in the 3rd inning. So Ben shook off the first sign. There we go. Ready for the next one as he kicks, fires to Oakley, who grounds one. Oh, what a stop by Shepard on one knee. Snares it on the backhand, touches first, and puts Oakley down for the final out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Port Angeles doubled their lead at 2-0, and the Black Bears trying to come back here in the bottom of the 6th as they'll send up Brown, Mortensen, and Martin right here on YouTube and KEDO. bottom 6 now. Brown, Mortensen, Martin all due up. So the heart of the Black Bear order, 4, 5, 6 against another one from Stephen Brooks. Why not? He's thrown 72 pitches only, and 48 have gone for strikes, so that's 67%. He has gone 5 scoreless, allowing just 5 hits, 3 walks, only the 2 strikeouts. The Black Bears have been putting the ball in play, but have not been able to bring anybody around to score, so they'll look to change that here as Sam Brown getting ready to go. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk. Of course, we're happy to have you here on YouTube and KEDO, as we always are, but if you want more Black Bears action, you should follow them on these social media platforms. You can catch them on Facebook. Smash that like button on the Cowlitz Black Bears Facebook page. You can follow them on Instagram at Cowlitz Black Bears and on Twitter for lineup graphics, score updates, and some videos now and again. That's at Cowlitz B Bears. First one to left-handed Brown is crushed high and deep over to the right. That one going way back there. There it goes. Goodbye. Sam Brown with a solo home run over to right field. And just like that, the deficit cut in half. It's a 2-1 ball game. Well, once again, welcome to the team, Sam Brown. And we'll try to get those TrackMan figures for you in just a moment. That one was demolished in a pimped out bat flip to mark the occasion. He watched that one sail the entire way. So now meeting at the mound after that. That's the first run allowed by Brooks all game and came on the 6th hit of the ball game for the Black Bears. So we'll see if Bob, John, and Siosi have the distance and everything. 379 feet at 102.1 miles an hour, 29 degrees. Thank you very much. It's a small press box, but you'd be surprised. We can't really hear from the left to the right too much. So John, though, putting on his best broadcast voice and sending it over on the other end. What a shot by Sam Brown. Put me on my feet. I got out of my chair to watch it go. I like to stand. I mean, it's something that, you would never know watching and listening to the game, but I love to stand up when something big happens. At the end of the game, I'm on my feet as well. So here's Brock Mortensen. He's also perfect on the day. He's 1 for 1 with a double and a walk. First pitch to him is downstairs for a ball, 1-0 now. Now we'll see what Brooks is made of here. Can always tell what kind of pitcher you got with how he responds after giving up a home run. And the 1-0 is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And, yeah, you know that it's in the Port Angeles collective psyche that they got to be careful against Mortensen, who with the grand slam last night could tie it with one swing of the bat here as the 2-0 is just on the inside edge. First strike hit the black, 2-1. So now Brooks comes set, still from the windup. Kicks back, delivers 2-1, and Mortensen pops one up, this one on the right side. Coming over is Espinoza, and he'll make the play right next to the new first baseman, Jack Holman, and send him down for out number 1. So with 1 away, here comes Dawson Martin, who popped up his last trip. He actually has 2 pop-ups over on the left side, so he's 0 for 2 today.
Martin!
Dawson looking to get going in front of his family today as he takes a breaking ball in 1-0. Dawson with a fairly high on-base percentage this season. He's good at drawing walks. He's got 12 of them this year. And he's on base at a 318 clip coming into the game as, look out, that was inside. No, it did not hit him. I thought that it might have, but he wasn't making his move over to first base, so he'll just step right into the box with a good hitter's count, up 2-0. The Black Bears now are just 1 run back after the solo home run by Sam Brown as the 2-0 inside again, and the count 3-0. That one also nearly hit Martin with the fastball. So Dawson can afford to be patient now. As Brooks rocks, fires 3-0 is a strike right on the outside edge and just at the knees. Could not have put that pitch any farther down or any further outside and still be a strike. So good get me over nonetheless. As the 3-1 is inside, ball 4. So Dawson will reach for the first time today. Now he represents the tying run with Jaden Shepard coming to the plate. And now Eckert calling for an arm to get loose in the pen. Looks like a right-hander. Looks like it might be Justin Dunham. As I think I saw a 34. First pitch to Shepard is a strike, 0-1. Last time Shep was up, he grounded into an inning-ending double play, so try his best here to rectify that. He's made some spectacular plays at first, though. And the 0-1 to Shep is downstairs below his knees, 1-1. Jaden also a strikeout victim of Stephen Brooks's today. And it looks like Toma Marase getting loose for the Black Bears, the left-hander, in this close 2-1 ball game as the 1-1 is grounded over to the second baseman. Espinoza fires the second for 1, back over to first. It's another double play, the 4-6-3 this time. So the Black Bears, though, waste the runner on first here, but do score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We go to the top of the 7th. Port Angeles 2, Cowlitz 1, with the Lefties coming to bat on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball, YouTube and KEDO. We'll be right back. Here we are in the top of the 7th. The Lefties with 2, but the Black Bears got 1 on a Sam Brown solo home run, and Michael Benz's day is over. And we'll give you his numbers in a moment, as now it is Toma time here at Davies Story Field, as Marase will come out for some relief against a very left-handed heavy lineup. So Benz today threw 2 innings for the Black Bears, and he allowed just 1 run. It was earned on 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts, unusual for Benz, as they'll turn it over to Toma now to face off against Espinoza, Schmidt, and Matthews. 2 of the 3 batters coming up are left-handed. So Toma from Mount Hood Community College, hailing from Aichi, Japan. He's 5'8", 168 pounds, left-handed pitcher. Is 0-2, and this now is 9th appearance with a 6.48 ERA. He has 8 1/3 innings pitched, 12 Ks, 9 walks, a whip of 2.18. The last time out, hit a bit of a bump in the road. He allowed 4 runs, 3 earned on 4 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts against the Pippins in 3 innings pitched. But before that, against Port Angeles, he only allowed 1 run that was unearned on 1 hit and 3 strikeouts. So his strikeout total has gone up considerably as of late, as his control has improved. He does have a hard fastball and a crazy wicked curveball. So if he can find the plate with his stuff more often, he'll certainly be a valuable arm for this team headed down the stretch. He continues his warm-up tosses. Martin fires to second, and that means we should be ready to go in the top of the 7th. The Black Bears do have 2 arms warming in the bullpen.
And now batting for the Lefties,
And I believe one of them being Keegan Wright.
Espinoza.
So here's Javi Espinoza. He's 0 for 2. A flyout, a ground out, and a hit by pitch for him today. Toma looking to just keep it a 1-run deficit for the Black Bears. First pitch is a bunt attempt that's pulled back, and the pitch down and outside, 1-0. So Toma improving as the year's gone on. He had a couple of rough first outings for the team, especially at home, and has settled down. Toma throws 49.5% of his pitches for strikes as he missed away now 2-0. He's the only Black Bear pitcher that's not Jacob Burley that has under 50%. And now the 2-0 on the way to Espinoza. The high leg kick he deals. Fastball pops up on the left side. This will stay in play. Bozzette, a few yards next to the third base bag, will make the play. So for Toma, 1 up, 1 down. And Coleman Schmidt due up 2 for 3 with a pair of base hits and a line out.
And now batting the right fielder, number 27, Coleman Schmidt.
First pitch is a ball inside, 1-0 to Schmidt. And the next offering from Tona also off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Schmidt has done a lot of damage against the Black Bears in the past couple of games, including that 2-run shot yesterday to give them the early 2-0 lead in the top of the first. And the 2-0 is inside, 3-0. Morase 6 pitches, just 1 strike was the pop-up over to Bozzette. Again, throws hard, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see how much his stuff plays, but just has to start to get it under control. As the 3-0 is a strike at the knees, so Schmidt will have to stay in the box, 3-1. Bryce Matthews waits on deck here in a 2-1 ball game. Port Angeles ahead. They have 8 hits, no errors, and 8 left. For the Black Bears, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 left aboard. As Morase is 3-1, it's a fastball ripped in. That'll go into left, down the line for a base hit, maybe more. Hustling around the first base bag is Schmidt. He's going to try for 2. The throw from Stinson is cut off, so it's a 1-out double for Coleman Schmidt, who continues to hit the ball well today. Now a man in scoring position with 1 down, and Bryce Matthews coming to the plate. Bryce 1 for 3 today with an RBI. And Port Angeles 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Matthews, besides the long bomb he hit to right today for a double, has grounded out and reached on an error with a couple of weak contact balls over to the right side as he takes one low, 1-0. Top 7 as we start to get a magenta sunset out there and left just beyond the trees. Beautiful backdrop here on a gorgeous night for baseball. As Matthews lines one into shallow right, that's going to drop in front of Brown for a base hit. He thought about it and then backed up and fires one in. So now runners on the corners after back-to-back hits. And Carson Crawford coming to the plate. He's 1 for 3, and that'll be it for Toma. As Brian Burr's going to come out and make the call to the bullpen here. So on the 10th hit of the ballgame for Port Angeles, they'll have 2 on with 1 down in the top of the 7th, and the Lefties leading by 1. And a new arm coming in for the Black Bears. We'll tell you who it is right after this on YouTube and KEDO. Sorry, Mark. Can we get 2 minutes? It is Jake Dent coming on the mound for your Black Bears with runners on the corners, 1 down. He's making his 16th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 3 ERA. In 18 innings, he struck out 14, walked 14, pitching to a whip of 1.82. In his last game against Yakima Valley, he saw a 12-inning scoreless streak of his snap that dated back to June 22nd. And he'll look to strand these base runners right here. And the first one from Dent, a fastball strike to Crawford, 0-1. On the season, Dent has inherited 5 runners and has stranded all of them. So let's see if he can keep that going. And the 0-1, breaking pitch, beautiful on the outside edge, 0-2. From Pinole, California, Dent, a Sonoma State pitcher. He and Michael Benz both appeared in today, and yeah, that team's definitely got a nice bullpen with those 2 guys back there. On the season, the Black Bears have only allowed 18% of inherited runners to score, as Dent's breaking pitch misses outside, now 1-2. They are 45 of 55 in stranding base runners. That is an excellent rate. Matthews on first, Schmidt over on third base. 1-2 with 1 down. Black Bears trying to keep it a 1-run deficit as Dent delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Dent comes right in and gets the forward K. And now there's 2 down for Trevor Tashenkel. Tashenkel 2 for 3, a flyout and a pair of base hits.
Fielder number 19, Trevor Tashenkel.
So pivotal moment in today's contest here in the top of the 7th with 2 down. And the Black Bears trying to make it a 10 mark in the left on base slot for the Port Angeles Lefties. So I've already stranded 8. First pitch, swing and a miss, count 0-1. Dent's got a great lively fastball, goes downhill, it's very straight. But when he elevates it, it has a bit of that rising illusion to it, a high spin guy. And now the 0-1 runner goes. This one is lined right at Bozzette, and the Black Bears able to get out of the inning. So a nice play there by Bronkin, and even better performance by Jake Dent as no runs score on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here at David Story Field as Fung, Schwartz, and Ishida are due up to bat. You're tuned in to Cowles Black Bears baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Don't go anywhere.
A special thanks to Cascade Natural Gas. Serving more than
Fung, Schwartz, Nishida. Coming up this inning in the bottom of the 7th after another great rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game by this raucous crowd at David Story Field. On the mound, still Stephen Brooks. They're sticking with them. He's gone 6 full innings, allowing just 1 run on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And now he'll be headed almost towards the 4th time through the order once the lineup flips over after Schwartz.
And now batting the designated hitter number 1 from Foster City, California, Matty Fung.
So Matty Fung informing me that he'll now be going to Santa Clara City College, no longer going to UC Davis. So he had to transfer again as the first pitch to the lefty is fouled back. 0-1. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out behind home plate and a ground out to Javi Espinoza. Cowlitz have left 6 runners aboard today. They've had chances to come back and have kept this game close the entire time, but Stephen Brooks just dealing out there. As the 0-1 is high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Although one would think that perhaps the Black Bears right now are just trying to keep things going and keep it close for some late inning dramatics before the fireworks. So the 1-1 is low, 2 balls and a strike. Well, maybe not on purpose, but that's what this game certainly could shape out to be. So now 2-1, hitters count to Fung. This will be Brooks' 89th pitch as he deals. And Fung pops it up on the left side. Racing over is Crawford, but that'll go foul over into the bleachers and even the count at 2-2. And I know I'm wrong, but it just seems to me with the lights down now that the crowd has somehow gotten bigger here at David Story. Unless some people have migrated from the concession stands back to their seats. As Brooks misses high and outside with the fastball, fills the count up at 3-2. If Fung could reach base, the tying run will be aboard for the Black Bears for a couple of big boppers in Matthew Schwartz and Riku Nishida. Here's the payoff pitch to Fung, high and outside, ball 4 for Brooks. That is his 5th walk of the ball game, and Matthew Schwartz going to step up 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. The bat boy Grayson going to retrieving that one. We'll hand it over to Sam Brown, and Schwartz up. Fung with some speed at first. Let's see if they get him going. First pitch to Schwartz is lined, but that'll go foul on the right side, out of play, 0-1. And now the next offering to Schwartz as Brooks comes set. He deals, and the breaking pitch right in on the edge, 0-2. And Fung 3 for 3 in stolen base tries, but he's staying pretty close over to the bag over there. 0-2 count to Schwartz as Brooks deals, and he pops one foul. And it lands just in front of the press box. I think it hit the roof and rolled down, and grabbed by somebody right in front of me. All right. Oh, no, and then a young fan thought he was going to throw it back. Oh, my goodness. That's only Wrigley Field, and that's only away home runs. Don't throw the foul balls back. The 0-2, Fung goes. This pitch is low, stickball pitch, and Fung in with his 4th stolen base of the season at the perfect time as Schwartz now in a bit of a better situation, a 1-2 coming on up to him. Another base hit for Schwartz could tie the ball game with Fung's speed. Here's the 1-2, and look out, that fastball is inside near the hands, 2-2. Now, Port Angeles burned through some of their bullpen yesterday, so maybe that's why Brooks continues to fire out there. They do have a right-hander getting ready. All right, imagine if Schwartz gets on in any way, shape, or form, that'll be it for Brooks. As now the 2-2 pitch comes in and misses low. Chong attempting to pull that one back up, but nothing doing. And a full count now to the LCC shortstop. Riku Nishida waits on deck. He has given the Black Bears a lead in the last 2 ball games. As now Fung dancing around the second base bag. The 3-2 is fouled straight back by Schwartz, and the count will stay full. Oh, getting some praise from down there. Somebody shouting on up here. Hey, we're just trying to keep the fans happy up here. That's all me, Justin, and Mark are trying to do. Our job is to bring the baseball to the people. The rest is up to you, and we're so happy that you join us each and every evening. As the payoff pitch, Schwartz, another foul ball. And we'll do it all over again. The next ball out of Brooks' hand to home plate will be his 100th pitch. He's thrown 61 for strikes. You know, Schwartz looking for another fastball here. Brooks does not want to put 2 on for Nishida. And the 3-2 is a breaking ball, low, ball 4, 6 walks for Brooks. And that'll probably do it for the right-hander who pitched well, but now has put his bullpen in quite a precarious position with 2 fast base runners on and one of the best hitters in the West Coast League coming to the plate. So Acker comes out. And did he take the baseball? Yes, he did. So Brooks is out. Incoming another arm for Port Angeles as we go to another call to the bullpen. Bottom of the 7th. Lefties 2, Black Bears 1. But Callets with 2 on, nobody out. And Riku Nishida coming to bat right after this on YouTube and KDO. All right, 2 minutes, please. Thank you, sir. One of the newer arms for the Port Angeles Lefties out there now, and number 14, Ryan Wyke. As we are in the bottom of the 7th, Stephen Brooks out of the game, and both runners his responsibility. So Riku Nishida looking for his first hit. He's grounded out, flied out, and walked today. And worth noting, Riku has given the Black Bears the go-ahead run in each of the last 2 ball games. Squares around a bunt, crashing is Holman. First pitch is pulled back, and it's high and outside, 1-0. Wyke in 3 appearances, all against Portland in the last series on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Has gone 5 1/3, has not allowed a run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. He has a whip of 1.12 as it's bunted. Nishida slides. Oh, they call him out. Well, Riku Nishida, though, with a sack bunt to move 2 into scoring position, and the fans very unhappy with Andrew Mervin's call that time. But Riku did exactly what he needed to do as he moves 2 in scoring position for Brock Bozzette. Bozzette with 29 RBI on the season. Schwartz on second, Fung on third. Infield are playing in. And Wyke, the sidearm delivery to Bozzette is flied into deep center. That'll bring the run in. Caught by Lake on the run. Here comes Fung. The throw goes to third, so Fung will score easily. It's an RBI sac fly for Brock Bozzette, his 30th of the season, and the Black Bears have tied it all up. It's 2-2.
Let him fly.
So the small ball working well, ties it up, and now Jacob Stinson can give Cowlitz the lead.
Number 18.
Stinney 1 for 3, a strikeout, flyout, and a base hit.
Stinson.
Looking for RBI number 10. Bats in the 3 spot, Mr. Consistent, a lot of runs scored for him, always on base. Let's see if he can do it again with Schwartz on second. First pitch from Wyke is hit high and foul on the left end, 0-1. This is the Black Bears' shot to take the lead. Wyke a side armor, pitching from the extreme first base side of the rubber. And Schwartz with plenty of running potential over there at second base. Wyke checks on him. Now Oakley goes back to his regular spot as the 0-1 sails way high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And on deck is Sam Brown, who got the Black Bears on the board in the last frame with a solo home run to right. And Wyke's 1-1 is a check swing, but they say he went. And the count now 1-2 as, Stinson just could not hold up that time. So the run before is charged to Brooks. He now has allowed 2 earned runs. As Wyke now the pitcher of record, as well as Jake Dent. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second, he deals. Stinson, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Wyke comes in, does allow the sac bunt, the sac fly, but ultimately is able to get them out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard and 1 run in. My mistake. Black Bears 2, Port Angeles Lefties 2, as the Lefties will come to the bat in the top of the 8th on your home for Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO. So Jake Dent came and bailed the Black Bears out of the last inning as Keegan Wright will step on up, but we'll give you Dent and Marase's numbers before that. So Toma came in and only got 1 out, but did not allow a run on 2 hits, and that's it. He threw 10 pitches, 4 for strikes. That's 40%. And then Dent came in, got the other 2 outs of the inning on 1 strikeout. No walks, no hits for him. Needed just 6 pitches and 5 across the plate for strikes, as now Keegan Wright will come on out again for the Black Bears. I think he's now tied with Michael Benz with 20 outings apiece. And we'll double check that figure, but I think before the game they were tied at 19. Keegan from San Diego Christian College. He is 5'10", 195 pounds. Yes, this is his 20th outing. He's 2-0 with a 2.18 ERA, 1 save in 20 2/3 innings. He struck out 22, walked just 9. He's got a whip of 1.36 as he came in last night's game and tossed an inning, retiring the Port Angeles Lefties in order, 1-2-3. So leading things off is the 7-batter, Nathan Chong, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a flyout as Wright delivers a fastball up and inside, 1-0. Tie ball game in the top of the 8th inning under the lights here at David Story Field in Longview. And Wright's 1-0 is cut on a miss. Late on that one was Chong. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cowlitz are still leaning on this tough bullpen. to navigate them through the rest of this game and hoping that the bats come alive in the bottom of the 8th so that they can close things down as Chong fouls one on his ankle. 1-2. So James Bradwell presumably joining the rotation. I think Mark Wanarovich will be sent in to close things out in the 9th inning, especially should the Black Bears take the lead. Although they might use him in the 9th anyway, even in a tie ball game. And the 1-2. Swung on, cranked, but fouled just next to the bleachers and probably went over into the merch tent on the left side. So the count will stay 1-2. And yeah, Wright's probably going to want to go outside after hanging that one in. On deck, Jack Holman, who gave Port Angeles a 2-1 lead in the 6th, 2-0 lead in the 6th, as the next one fouled off of Martin, and then Shepard, my bad. Mervin is out in the field. Port Angeles have another right-hander warming up in the bullpen, although I might stick with Wyke. He was pretty effective against them. Got a sack bunt and a sack groundout, or a sack fly. Base is empty. The 1-2. He got him. Strike 3. Keegan Wright with pinpoint accuracy nails that outside corner and sends Chong down looking for out number 1. And Jack Holman to come up 1 for 1 with an RBI single to left field.
Now batting number 36, Jack Holman.
Again, Holman, the starting catcher in yesterday's game. Also the cleanup hitter. Now in the 8th slot, slotting in for Ethan Floodstrom, who was 0 for 2. First pitch to the left-hander, caught on a miss. That's a great changeup from Keegan Wright. 0-1. Wright's got a good swing and miss type changeup, also a slider that's set up by an upper 80s fastball. And Wright's 0-1. Is hit in the air on the left side, and that'll be another souvenir for any fans that are standing over on that concession side. No balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if Wright goes back to the changeup. 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 10 left for the Lefties. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 left aboard for the Cowlitz Black Bears as Cowlitz look to win their 3rd game in a row. But first, they got to throw another scoreless inning as the 0-2 caught on a miss, strike 3. There's the change again. And Holman is called out, despite him thinking that Martin had dropped it. He did not. So now 2 down on back-to-back strikeouts. Keegan up to 24 on the season, and Garrett Lake up to the plate. He struck out twice today and also popped up to Matt Schwartz.
Garrett Lake.
And time called. Lake needs an extra second. Open stance, left-handed batter with the shin guard on his right leg. As Wright locked in, kicks, delivers, and missed inside, 1-0. Wright, one of a stable of arms the Black Bears have in their pen that they can rely on to turn to in close ball games and keep them in it. As the next one, chopper over to first. Shepard, he puts a stop to it. Wright racing towards the bag, the slide, and he is out as Keegan Wright able to just barely beat him. So a nice play by Shepard on the 3-1 puts him away for the final out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th after a 1-2-3 inning by Keegan Wright and the Black Bears. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Bottom 8, Black Bears looking to take the lead here as it's tied 2-2. It's going to be Brown, Mortensen, Martin coming up. You won't want to miss it on YouTube and KEDO. Here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning. Can the Black Bears take the lead into the 9th? Let's see it with Sam Brown, Mortensen, and Dawson Martin coming on up. Sam Brown, the last time he was up in the bottom of the 6th, charged one into deep right field and cleared it for his first home run as a Black Bear. Brown is now in limited games for the Black Bears. 4 for 15, that's 264, 3 runs scored and 2 driven in, also a home run and 4 walks. Oh, beautiful walk-up for him. A little AC/DC TNT. He has been explosive to set up the fireworks night here tonight. First pitch to him is down and in for a ball, 1-0, as the right-hander continues to warm in the Port Angeles bullpen. A lot of heavy hitters due up for the Black Bears. Brown, Mortensen, and Shepard all have home runs, and Dawson Martin, solid line drives guy, as this one misses into Brown. He's ahead now, 2-0. So now we can give you the final line on Brooks. He did have a very nice start here for the Lefties, one of his best of the season. He went 6 innings, allowing 2 earned runs on 6 hits. The big problem for him, though, the 6 walks and 2 strikeouts. So exactly 100 pitches, 61 for strikes. That is 61%, the definition of percent right there. As the 2-0, fastball on the outside corner now, 2-1. And an advantage here for the Black Bears is Wyke, a right-handed side armor against couple of left-handed batters, so they have a little extra time to see that baseball. And the 2-1. Up and away, 3-1 to Sam Brown, who's 2 for 2 with a single walk and that solo home run. We have a couple finals in the West Coast League, as Ridgefield have beaten the Swedes 5-1, and Corvallis have taken down the Bellingham Bells 2-0. Bend lead Portland 3-0 in the top of the 6th as Brown squibs one over to second. Espinoza there shuffles and fires to first, so Brown is retired for the first time today. And there's one down with Brock Mortensen stepping up.
Now stepping up to the plate.
A lot of low-scoring games here in the West Coast League. The only team to eclipse 3 runs is Ridgefield. They had 5. Mortensen 1 for 2 with a walk, double, and a flyout. See if he's got some pop left over from last night as he rips one foul on the right side, 0-1. Wyke has thrown 13 pitches, 8 for strikes. Mortensen looking for a fastball to sail over into right field with a limited wind tonight. 0-1 is a breaking ball high, 1-1. Of course, Mortensen more than happily take a walk with Martin and Shepard behind him. Cowlitz tied the game up in the 7th after putting 2 on to lead off the inning. A sac bunt by Nishida and then a sac fly by Brock Bozzette. 1-1 is fouled back. Another breaking ball high and outside, 1-2. And it is indeed Mark Wanarovich getting ready in the Black Bears bullpen, it looks like to me. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. And Wyke with the long look, the 1-2. Breaking ball, this is hit high and deep to right. This one's going back towards the track near the wall and caught right at the fence by Coleman Schmidt to steal away an extra base hit for Brock Mortensen. He almost had the go-ahead home run, but instead goes back to the dugout with a round of applause, though, as they'll be up to Dawson Martin here with 2 down.
All right, folks, make some noise for our catcher, number 16.
You think if it was a couple degrees warmer out here tonight, that ball might have had it, but was just hit under that yellow stripe out there that indicates the home run boundary, and it was caught by Schmidt, who did a nice job backtracking as Martin takes a strike inside, 0-1. Bases clear and 2 down. Brown with a ground out and Mortensen with a near game-tying home run. It's the 0-1 is a slider outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Black Bears, though, no strangers to scoring with 2 down. They've done that a lot, especially in the past couple of series. So 1-1 to Martin inside, 2-1. Now Martin did walk his last time up, and he could set up Jaden Shepard. looking to redeem himself. Shepard has grounded into a pair of double plays today. And the 2-1 from White as he deals, and Martin fouls it back in. Now the count even at 2-2. I'd like to take this quick time to remind you that the Cowles Black Bears are sponsored by your local State Farm agents here in Longview. Bob Beal and Scott Fisher have your back for all your insurance needs. Catch Bob at 360-425-5432 and Scott at 360-432-9500. State Farm, a proud sponsor of your Cowles Black Bears, as Martin drills one over to second. Picked up on the backhand by Espinoza. He's going to fire to first a little low, but Holman with the stretch, and he sends him down for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. A 1-2-3 for White. As now if the Black Bears want to win it, they'll have to walk it off as Nick Oakley, Javi Espinoza, and Coleman Schmidt will come up in a tie ball game in the top of the ninth. You won't want to go anywhere on YouTube and KEDO. Stick with us. Top nine, Mark Wanarovich to take over on the bump as he looks to send down a tough top of the lefties order, Oakley, Espinoza, and Schmidt. So that means the day is done for Wright, who was great. He did not allow a run, or any hits rather. Just a 1-2-3 inning in the eighth. One frame. Again, no one runs, no hits, no walks, 2 Ks, 11 pitches, 9 for strikes. And that is 81.8% as they'll turn to Mark Wanarovich now, another dominant bullpen arm for the Black Bears. He's 1-0 with a 3.48 ERA. This now his 19th appearance. He has a couple of saves in 20 2/3 innings, 22 strikeouts to just 9 walks. He's got a whip of 1.02, and the last time he picked up his second save against the Yakima Valley Pippins on the 29th, throwing a scoreless 1-2-3 inning. And again, the Black Bears have been able to neutralize Oakley today, but they're going to have to do it at least one more time. He's 0 for 3 with a flyout, a pair of groundouts, and a walk, but has killed the Black Bears coming into the game. He was hitting .462 against them, and now he's down to a .375 average against your Bears this summer. Again, Oakley from UC Santa Barbara, teammates with Brock Mortensen and also with Leo Mosby of the Portland Pickles. That's a great trio of batters that they got on that team. First one to Oakley is a fastball that is swatted on the left side, foul 0-1. So Wanarovich starts him off immediately there with a good-looking strike. Wanarovich throws 64.8% of his pitches over the plate and throws 63.1% of his first pitches for strikes as the 0-1 is high and outside, 1-1. If the Black Bears win, they'll have to walk it off. But first, the scoreless frame is needed here in the top of the ninth. That's the 1-1. Cut on a miss. Off speed from Wanarovich, 1-2. Mark is from Yorba Linda, California, 6'2", 195 pounds, a great righty from Cal State East Bay as he's headed into his senior year over there. You can tell high maturity factor he brings to this bullpen as the 1-2 comes in and just missed inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oakley. Good fastball off-speed combo from Wanarovich. Solid stuff, pitches exclusively out of the stretch, and got hit around a little bit at the beginning of the season, and then really since then has been absolutely lights out as the 2-2 is fouled back. And we'll do it all over again. His first outing against Ridgefield, he went 2 innings, allowing 2 runs. Then against Walla Walla, went 2 innings, allowing 3 runs. Then a pair of scoreless outings before 2 runs and 1 1/3 against Wenatchee and 1 run and 1 inning against Bend. And then he went on a crazy scoreless stretch from June 27th all the way to July 25th. And then since giving up a run against Port Angeles on July 25th on 1 hit, he has not let anything go through in his last 2 outings. And now Oakley calls time as Wanarovich was taking a while to receive the signs from Martin. Beautiful evening here in Longview as the 2-2 on the way is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes coming up to Oakley. So we started over in the mid-70s, and now it's dipped to 66, and the wind dying down as the night has fallen upon us. We have an opaque twilight sky out here as the payoff. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Oakley also struggling with the grip on his bat as he's down on strikes for out number 1. Well, Oakley will now join his equipment in the bullpen as Javi Espinoza will come on up. He's 0 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch, grounded out, and flied out as Wanarovich earns his 23rd strikeout of the season. And Espinoza just 2 for 12 against Cowlitz in the season series with a run scored and a walk. 3 strikeouts for him. Left-handed batter going with no batting gloves. First pitch from Wanarovich is just low and inside, 1-0. So Mark has nestled himself into the closer role. At the beginning of the season, it was Benz and Bradwell, and then they used Benz more in long relief and went with Wanarovich and Bradwell. Now I think it's just going to be Wanarovich as James, again, I believe he's going to make his first start of the year for Cowlitz against Ridgefield in the next series. So a 2-0 count coming against Javi Espinoza. And the right-hander delivers, and that one's just a tear high, 3-0. Up next is Coleman Schmidt. And he and Bryce Matthews have really tagged the ball well today, so Wanarovich certainly not trying to put anybody on for them to come up. So now the 3-0 is inside, ball 4 just off the black. So after a strikeout, now a man aboard for Coleman Schmidt, who is 3 for 4 with a double, a pair of singles, and a lineout.
The right fielder, number 27, Coleman Schmidt.
Schmidt with 1 run batted in, or rather, that was Matthews with the run batted in. Schmidt with 1 run scored, but no RBI today. Runner on first is Espinoza. He's been known to swipe a bag or two as the first pitch is a breaking ball at the knees for strike 0-1. And yeah, Espinoza with 1 stolen base against the Black Bears this season. And with a team leading 12 for them on 14 tries. See if they try to move him over. As the 0-1 cut on a miss, back-to-back curves from Wanarovich. Puts him ahead in the count 0-2. So let's see if he goes for that again or if he tries to change eye level for Schmidt, although there really is no game plan to get around him, but I guess the closest you can get is maybe trying to fill it up with junk pitches out of the zone. And the 0-2. Another breaking ball. Good block by Martin, who pops up quickly and will cause Espinoza to scamper back over to the first base bag. Bryce Matthews waits on deck, but a double play ball could keep him there and then bring the Black Bears up to bat in a tie ball game. 2-2 in the top of the 9th. Wanarovich looking to send it to the bottom of the inning. And the runner thinks about going. The 1-2 is punched foul in. Ooh, almost caught by a fan over there. Instead, takes it off the shoulder. He's all right, and he's got it. A large conglomerate of the Black Bears faithful out here today at David Story Field. This is probably rivaling our July 3rd attendance, our last fireworks night. And, of course, tonight also was host family appreciation night as well. Big thank you to my host family, Ruth and Ken Kendall, as this is grounded over to first. Nishida hustling towards the hole, will pick it up and just miss it actually as Brown's got to grab it. So that's a soft base hit through the right side. 4 hits in the game for Schmidt, as now the go-ahead run for Port Angeles, just 90 feet from home. Espinoza goes first to third on the play. And Wanarovich in a tight situation here. Bryce Matthews at the plate. He's driven in a run. He's 2 for 4 with a double, a ground out, a reach on an error, and a single. So Wanarovich definitely could use a big strikeout here. He got the ground ball, but just not in the right spot against the last batter. And Mark takes a deep breath, gets ready to go. Kicks, fires, and this is golfed foul on the left side, 0-1. So he does his job getting ahead of the batter. Mark now with 17 pitches, 9 have crossed the plate. So not throwing darts as easily as he has in the past. 0-1. But there's one right down the heart of the plate for a strike. He's ahead 0-2. So now let's see if he tries to uncork that breaking pitch on the back door. A couple of fastballs to start off Matthews, and I guess we'll be able to tell. An indicator will be where Martin sets up. And he sets up down and in. The 0-2. Fastball, swing, and a missed strike 3. He missed his spot, but got the strikeout. And Bryce down for out number 2. Here's Carson Crawford. Crawford, 1 for 4. Ground out, another ground out. One of them was for a double play, a single and a strikeout. So Wanarovich can breathe a brief sigh of relief, but he still has to get one more out while stranding Espinoza at third. It's 2 away, top 9, tied up at 2. 11 hits for Port Angeles, just 6 for the Black Bears, but same amount of runs. And Mark delivers. Swing and a miss by Crawford, 0-1. And now Mark just blowing by these Port Angeles batters. Can he keep doing it? Schmidt got a base hit on the right side, and Javi Espinoza also reached as this one fouled off the knob of Crawford's bat, so the Black Bears catch a break, and Wanarovich up 0-2. The Espinoza walked, that's right. Just wanted to double check. Make sure it's right for the people at home, you know. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Schmidt on first, Espinoza on third base. A chance to end the inning unscathed for the Black Bears. Wanarovich comes set. Martin sets up low. He kicks, he fires. Breaking ball, he got him! Strike 3! Mark Wanarovich strikes out the side in the top of the 9th. And now the Black Bears will send up Shepard, Fung, and Schwartz as they try to walk it off here in front of a massive David Story Field crowd. Don't go away, you won't want to miss it. Right here on YouTube and KEDO. Bottom of the 9th, 2-2 tie ball game between the Port Angeles Lefties and the Cowlitz Black Bears. As Jaden Shepard, Matty Fung, and Matthew Schwartz step up to the plate again. The game tied at 2-2 in the bottom of the 9th. after Port Angela score one in the top of the first and one in the top of the sixth. The Black Bears, though, storm back with one of their own in the bottom of the sixth and one in the bottom of the seventh. So, again, that adds up to a 2-2 tie, as stepping up to the plate will be the first baseman, Jaden Shepard, who is trying to rectify grounding out into a pair of double plays.
Fans, we need it from you. Please welcome the first baseman, number 32.
And he also struck out looking. Shepard with a ton of power, and the man on deck is Matty Fung, who actually has the only walk-off for the Black Bears this season. So let's see what Shepard's got right here. First pitch from Wyke, who is back out for another inning of work, and Shepard grounds one hard on a hop, and is booted by Oakley. That'll go into center field as Shepard's going to trot around first. A rare error by Nick Oakley. Or no, they're going to give him a base hit. All right. Hey, Shepard will take it. I will take it as well. Now I'll say a rare defensive mistake by Oakley, as now the winning run is aboard for Matty Fung. Against the Ridgefield Raptors, Matty Fung had a walk-off. Can he do it again tonight in the bottom of the ninth? He's got a man on first and nobody out. Shepard 8 feet off the bag. Fung squares the bunt. It's popped up right back to the pitcher. White picks it up, thinks about throwing to first and does not. So no chance for the walk-off for Fung that time. Instead, just a soft little pop back to the pitcher. And Matthew Schwartz stepping to the plate, and now going to be a meeting at the mound. Let's see what Acker decides to do. He's going to take the ball from Wyke. So new arm coming in to try to send this into extras, but the Black Bears trying to walk it off with Schwartz and then Nishida. Stick around here on YouTube and KDO. It's the bottom of the ninth, 2-2 tie, and we'll step aside here as we find out who the new pitcher is. Bottom of the ninth inning, 2-2 tie ball game between the Black Bears and the Lefties. Here comes Matthew Schwartz with a man on first. And in for the Port Angeles Lefties is Zach Thomas, who gave the Black Bears some fits the last time he was out, as he was able to pick up the save in game number 2 of that 3-game series. He threw an inning of scoreless ball, struck one out, and allowed a hit. Shepard on first, the side armor delivers a fastball strike, 0-1. For the Lefties, he's now making his 17th appearance. He's from Dixie State. He's 2-0 with 5 saves and 23 in the third innings. He struck out 21 to 7 walks and has a whip of .99. And the 0-1. Schwartz takes it away. Drop by Chong, and we've got a 1-1 count coming up. Nishida and Bozzette waiting in the wings here. And Schwartz right now just looking to find a little bit of real estate on the outfield grass here in David Story. Chance to win it here in the bottom of the ninth. Shepard being held on by Holman. The next one is hit in the air. That's going to go in the gap and drop in for a base hit. Shepard's got to stop at second as the ball is dropped by Lake. And now the winning run is in scoring position as the ball getting thrown all over the place. And a good stop by Thomas that time. And Riku Nishida, who but Riku Nishida coming to the plate. Well, we said it his last at-bat. Riku Nishida has given the Cowlitz Black Bears the lead in each of the last 2 games. Can he do it for a walk-off here? With his first hit of the contest, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded out, he's flied out, he's walked, and he's sacrificed bunted. He's got 2 on, and Shepard with deceptive speed as, whoa, that's inside and gets away from Nathan Chong, 1-0. Riku getting some serious encouragement from the fans down at the home plate club. They've really grown to love him over here at David Story Field. I mean, why not? He is probably the easiest player to root for. Like, all right, maybe not of all time. That's some clear hyperbole, but. And now Nishida just double checking the count. It's 1-0, but it's not. Oh, no pitch on the play. Okay. So now that was Nishida was checking for. Thank you. Thanks, Justin. Well, same result, 1-0. Here we go. You know what? I just had a premonition there. I knew that it was going to be a 1-0 count, and here we are. You know Brian Burris is going to be aggressive with Shepard on second if Nishida gets a hit. 1-0. Fouled back, 1-1. You can always count on Riku Nishida to compete up there at the plate. It works a lot of long counts, fouls off a ton of pitches, and is incredibly frustrating for any arm that goes up against him. 0 for 2 today, looking to extend his 6-game hitting streak. He's now extended his 15-game on-base streak as the 1-1 is away, 2-1. Hey, Nishida's also worked 24 walks this year as well. And this one hit in the air over to deep right center field. This one continues to go back near the wall, and it's caught there by Coleman Schmidt. Here comes Shepard. He'll go to third, so it's a long fly ball out. Nishida missed a walk-off hit by about a foot, maybe 2. And now it'll be up to Brock Bozzette, who already has knocked in a run today.
All right, Black Bears fans.
And that is the second ball caught by Coleman Schmidt all the way out there that has robbed an extra base hit away from Cowlitz. Here's Bozzette, 1 for 3.
Here comes your third baseman, number 3, Brock Bozzette.
Bozzette knocked in run number 30 on the season. Run number 31 will win the game for the Black Bears. 2 on, 2 down, first pitch. And fouled it on the right side, 0-1. Jaden Shepard led off the inning with a single. Matthew Schwartz joined him with a base hit of his own. It's the 0-1. Is inside and tight. Little high as well, 1-1. Bozzette got a hit in his first at-bat today. Does not have another one since. This is the first time that he's seeing Zach Thomas this series. As Thomas winds, delivers, and misses away, 2-1. Just missed the black of the plate. That was a really nice pitch, especially if he's trying to get him to chase. But cannot collect the strike now, so he's behind 2-1. Runner goes, 2-1. Bozzette punches one, all right at Nick Oakley. And is sent down for the final out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. It's free baseball here at David Story Field. Going into the top of the 10th, Wanarovich out again in a 2-2 tie. And the Lefties coming to batting. Your home for Black Bears baseball, YouTube and KEDO. All right, so here we go. Another extra inning affair here at David Story Field. Tashenko Chong Holman against Mark Wanarovich out for another inning of work. He collected a trio of strikeouts in the last inning. Looked real good and looked to keep it going this time around. Tashenko just 2 for 4 today. Well, actually, not just. He is 2 for 4 today. Pair of singles, a fly out, and a line out. And Wanarovich starts him off with a foul ball, so that's a strike, 0-1. And the Black Bears have gone to extras 4 times this season and are 2-2 in those games, winning their most recent one against Ridgefield back on July 10th, 3-2 in 11 innings. As Tashenko swings and misses now, 0-2. Yeah, the Black Bears played one 12-inning game, one 15-inning game, a 10-inning game, and an 11-inning game. And no real discernible pattern in any of those. It's just all over the place in terms of those wins and losses. As a swing and a miss comes from Tashenko, and he's down on strikes for out number 1. 4 Ks for Wanarovich. Yeah, the Black Bears are 1-1 at home with extra innings. Or my mistake, no. They're 1-2 at home and 1-0 on the road.
Now batting the catcher, number 15, Nathan Chong.
Here's Nathan Chong, 1 for 3, single, fly out, walk, strikeout. And Wanarovich fires, swing and a miss, 0-1. Cowlitz will send up Stinson, Brown, and Mortensen in the bottom of the 10th. Lefty, righty, lefty against the side armor Thomas. Wanarovich and Thomas now the pitchers of record as the 0-1 is cut on and missed again, 0-2. Now some fans up and clapping for him. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. He deals, swing and a miss, strike 3. Wanarovich with 5 strikeouts on the evening. And Mark actually had not struck out a batter since July 21st against the Portland Pickles, and now has easily a season high with 5. His prior was 3. Did it twice, once against Ridgefield in 2 innings and once against Yakima Valley in 1 inning. Here's Jack Holman, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout, and another strike from Wanarovich, 0-1. Seven strikes in a row for Mark. And steps off as looks like a ball might have got into the outfield. Something happened over in the corner. I think there's a couple kids playing with the ball over there. Okay, so now Sam Brown, sorry, I'm so used to Stinson out and right. Brown goes and grabs the ball and gives it back over. 0-1 to Holman. And Wanarovich's next one is swung on, fouled away, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Top 10 with the bases empty, a 2-2 tie ball game. Holman struck out his last time up. And Wadarovich kicks, fires, fouled back. Oh, man, Wadarovich just missed the immaculate inning there. But I'm sure he'll take 9 strikes in a row with a couple of Ks. Man, I was really hoping for it. I was on the edge of my seat there. Again, the fans up and clapping. And the 0-2 on the way from Mark. He deals. Checked his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. So finally one off the plate from Mark. And a 1-2 count coming up to Jack Holman. And we'd like to remind you, don't forget to stay tuned after the final out of tonight's ball game for the Cowles Black Bears postgame show brought to you by the Daily News. We'll wrap up today's game and get you ready for tomorrow's action at 1:05 p.m. against the Lefties as Mark misses high 2-2. Now the question will be, will tomorrow's game be a rubber match or will it be a chance for the Black Bears to sweep? I have to stay tuned right here to find out on YouTube and KEDO. And the 2-2. Is high and outside, 3-2. So he was ahead 0-2, and now has thrown 3 straight off the plate. On deck is Garrett Lake, a batter that the Black Bears have been able to handle through the season series very well, as he does not have a hit in 13 tries. Payoff is popped foul, and we'll do it all over again. Wadarovich up to now 35 pitches. Two runs, 11 hits, no errors, 12 left for Port Angeles. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 9 left aboard for the Black Bears. Holman has knocked in one of those 2 runs for Port Angeles as the payoff pitch again is inside, ball 4. And a sea of boos is crashing all over the ballpark. As now time call, pinch runner coming in for Jack Holman. And that's going to be 29, Luke Saunders, who was yesterday's starting center fielder.
Now pinch running at first, number 29, Luke Saunders. And now batting the center fielder, number
So after back-to-back strikeouts, Wadarovich puts a runner on. Here's Garrett Lake. Lake 0 for 4. Pair of Ks, a flyout, and a ground out. And the first pitch to him. Breaking ball high, 1-0. Wadarovich is just around the strike zone. Now the 1-0 on the way. With the runner on first, he deals and spikes one downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Saunders represents the go-ahead run over there at first base for Port Angeles. And he has 6 stolen bases, but it's taken him 11 tries. He's been caught 5 times. 2-0. Is a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. So Wadarovich able to find the corner there. As now Liam Hatakanaka warming up in the bullpen with Oakley and Espinoza due up next. Now the 2-1 is low, 3-1. Now the question is, if they go to Hatakanaka, I wonder where the Black Bears are really going to go from there, as they used a lot of arms the past few games. Probably Eli Takalo after. As the 3-1, swing and a miss, 3-2, although Cowles hoping that it doesn't have to get to that point. Saunders on first. Lefties 2, Black Bears 2, top 10, 2 down, Garrett Lake at the plate. Does not have a hit against the Black Bears this season, and in fact, has struck out 5 times. As the 3-2, low, ball 4, back-to-back walks for Wadarovich after striking the first 2 out, and now here's Nick Oakley. So let's see what Brian Burris wants to do. Hatakanaka is ready. And is Burris going to play the matchup? Let's see. He puts his clipboard down, and He's out of the dugout. Martin is on the mound, and yep, they're going to do it. So Liam Hadakanaka going to come in. Wadarovich pitched admirably, and they'll turn to the left-hander to try to get Oakley for the final out of the top of the 10th. Don't go anywhere for this call to the bullpen. 2-2 tie, and again, Hadakanaka coming out on the mound right here on YouTube and KEDO. And the Black Bears turn to Liam Hadakanaka for the final out with two left-handed batters coming up for Port Angeles, and especially a guy, Nick Oakley, that they won't pinch hit for. There's 2 on with 2 down. Wadarovich struck out the first 2 and then walked 2 with very close pitches. So now it'll be up to Liam, who's making his 5th appearance for the Black Bears. He's 0-0 with a 0 ERA in 3 2/3 innings. He has 5 Ks, 3 hits allowed, just 1 walk, a whip of 1.09.
Now batting number 12, Nick Oakley.
And he pitched in yesterday's game. He went a scoreless frame, walking 1 and striking 1 out. Oakley is 0 for 4 with a walk, a flyout, a groundout, and a strikeout. Hadakanaka deals, and he hits Oakley on the knee. And now the base is loaded for Javi Espinoza. So not the way that Hadakanaka wanted to start the outing, although now a play at any base for the Black Bears. Espinoza is 0 for 3. He's been hit, walked, flied out twice, and grounded out. Saunders, Lake, and Oakley all on for free. No hits this inning. As Hadakanaka deals and misses down and away, 1-0. Perhaps that one to compensate for the one that missed too far in. Hadakanaka, 6'5", 235 pounds from the University of Portland. And he hails from Bainbridge Island, Washington as the 1-0. There's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Yeah, Hadakanaka not too far away from Port Angeles. And has been an excellent matchup reliever for Brian Burris to turn to. I guess the only regret was not having him earlier in the season. The 1-1 is behind Espinoza, 2-1. Dawson Martin made a nice play on that baseball. It's tough as a catcher to go around a batter to make a play, but it's exactly what he did and saves the 2-2 tie. And Hatakanaka deals, swing and a miss. And now it's one strike away from ending this nightmare inning. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Saunders on third, Lake on second, and Oakley on first base. Hatakanaka looking in. He missed badly on 2 and also delivered 2 nice strikes. As the left-hander kicks, winds, fires, and grounded over to first and foul. So we'll go off Shepard's glove, but way in foul territory, and we'll do the 2-2 all over again. Again, Stinson, Brown, Mortensen, all big hitters coming up for Cowlitz in the bottom of the 10th inning. And again, the Black Bears fans up and clapping for Hatakanaka, trying to will him into strike 3. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Liam. He deals low, ball 3. So now Hatakanaka needs to throw a strike. A big payoff pitch coming up against Javi Espinoza. 3-2, 2 down, bases loaded. He deals, and it's fouled on the left side. Hatakanaka, 8 pitches, 4 strikes. Needs 1 more. Looking like Eli Tackalo getting ready in the bullpen. Here comes the big payoff again. He deals. Swung on and another foul ball. That's Espinoza with 3 of those this plate appearance. And Espinoza with the no batting gloves, just putting his hands in the turf there, looking for some extra grip. Another 3-2 from Hatakanaka. He fires and gets a high chopper to first. Shepard right there. He steps on the bag. That'll do it. And Hatakanaka strands the bases loaded. No runs on, no hits, no errors. 3 left aboard. Bottom of the 10th coming up in a 2-2 tie ball game. Black Bears again looking to walk it off with Stinson, Brown, and Mortensen. Stick with us on YouTube and KDO. Well, this game is not for the faint of heart here at David Story Field. I think I'm 24 years old. I think I just got a gray hair after that bases loaded situation. But here we are now. Jacob Stinson, Sam Brown, Brock Mortensen stepping up. Gets another inning from Zach Thomas. So that means that the book can now close on Ryan Wyke. Wyke went 2 1/3 innings, allowing no runs on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 15 strikes to 23 pitches. That's 65.2%. And Stinson, Brown, and Mortensen today, let's see their combined numbers. They are 4 for 10 today, with only 1 RBI between them. That's Sam Brown.
Number 18, Jacob Stinson.
Stinson 1 for 4, single and a couple of strikeouts as he takes one away, 1-0. Stinson again, a high on base guy for the Cowlitz Black Bears. He's only been on base 1 of 4 times today, but on the season, a 4.01 clip as he works the count to 2-0. Lefty, righty, lefty coming up against the Port Angeles right-hander in Zach Thomas. Nobody warming, so this is his game. Sam Brown, who knocked in the first run of the contest for Cowlitz, waits on deck as the 2-0 is a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And again, don't forget to stay tuned after the final out for your Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show brought to you by the Daily News. And we'll interview your Black Bear of the game and also get you ready for tomorrow's action against these lefties. That's the 2-1. Stinson swings and misses. And the count now 2-2. Stinson has struck out in his last 2 at-bats. Usually a high-contact guy. And the 2-2. Swung on and hit foul. It just got under it. And that'll go into the grandstands behind home plate. And, ooh, somebody's got it. All right. I'm all about the souvenirs here. So Stinson putting some pressure on Thomas. He's fired 16 pitches, and 9 have crossed the plate for strikes. And the 2-2. Swung on, popped up in the air over on the left side in foul territory. Crawford racing over, following him is Oakley, and Crawford just able to catch it in the heel of his glove, and Stinson's down for out number 1. And now the Imperial March putting Sam Brown at the plate. So he's trying to use his saber at the plate for his 3rd hit of the game. He's 2 for 3, a single, walk, solo home run, and a ground out. Barely any wind here at David Story. If he gets a hold of a Thomas fastball, that might go as far as his previous pitch, or his previous home run, I should say. 2-2, bottom 10. And Thomas deals. Swing and a miss on the outside pitch, 0-1. Hatakanaka stranded the bases loaded in the last inning. And now Thomas waits a long look and gets ready for the 0-1 pitch. And he checks his swing, but it's a strike anyway, 0-2. And the count on Brown's last home run was just nothing, as he swung at the first pitch he saw. This is fall behind 0-2 now. Brock Mortensen waits on deck, also with a ton of power. And time now called, as taking a couple practice acts here is Brown. Just trying to break the tension here, relax, and get into a good zone. That's what Brock Mortensen does. He's waiting on deck. And he'll be up coming next as the 0-2. Look out inside, and Brown just out of the way. And works the count now to 1-2. Black Bears looking to win their 3rd game in a row as they look to keep pace with Ridgefield and Corvallis, who both won their games today. And Ben lead the Pickles 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th as Brown is caught looking, strike 3. So 2 quick outs for Thomas. And here comes Brock Mortensen now. The lefties were able to load the bases with 2 outs.
Black Bears fans, we need you here.
So let's see if Cowlitz can create some traffic here for Mortensen.
27.
With Mortensen. Mortensen, 1 for 3, double, walk, and a pair of flyouts. He's pulled everything. Mortensen also missed a home run by about a foot. And the first pitch to him is outside for a ball, 1-0. Mortensen trying to command the strike zone here and force Thomas to maybe give him something inside that he can send over beyond that right field wall. He has 2 home runs in his last 3 games. It's the 1-0. Is caught on a miss, so he did get that inside pitch, but was late on it, 1-1. Again, the Black Bears, even in extra inning games, 2-2, and are 1-2 at home in games that go longer than 9. 1-1. Inside, above his shoe tops, and now a hitter's count at 2-1. Dawson Martin waits on deck. Nobody on here with 2 down. Strikeout for Brown, and pop out for Jacob Stinson. Thomas shakes off the first sign. Now he's ready to go. And the 2-1 pitch is fouled back, and now Deuce's wild count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Yeah, now the ball boy Grayson getting a lot of cheers out there on the field. Hey, why not? The whole Black Bear staff certainly deserves some love out here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bottom 10, 2-2 tie ball game between the Lefties and the Black Bears as Thomas kicks, fires, and misses high and away to fill it up at 3-2. Mortensen starts with the bat on his shoulder. Open stance with the shin guard on the right leg. Thomas taps his toe. He kicks. He fires. The 3-2 is laced foul. That might have been ball 4, but it was close enough for Mortensen to put the bat on it. So he stays alive here. Certainly not as tense a situation as the other half of this inning with the bases loaded and 2 down, but still a chance to win right now for Mortensen as the payoff is inside, ball 4, and there's the go-ahead run for the Black Bears. So here's Dawson Martin looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 3. Pair flyouts, a walk, and a ground out. And Brock Mortensen has some serious speed on first. If Martin can somehow get a hold of one for a double, the Black Bears will be sending their fan base into a fireworks show in style. Mortensen 10 feet off the bag at first. Thomas steals, misses away. Ooh, a pick by Chong keeps Mortensen out of scoring position, 1-0. Now somebody heckling Martin in the stands. That's weird. Catching him on the crowd mic right now. But the wave of encouragement for Martin certainly outweighing that one voice. As the 1-0 coming on in, and he deals. Martin hits one in the air, line drive over to left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So now the tying, or rather winning run is in scoring position as Jaden Shepard steps on up there. Martin saw a pitch he liked, turned on it.
And now batting.
And Shepard, who's 1 for 4 today,
Number 32.
digs right in.
Jaden Shepard.
Shepard making his return to the lineup after missing every game in Yakima Valley. As the first pitch to him is high and tight for a ball, 1-0. Now Thomas is a very fastball-heavy pitcher up here. And those are the types of pitches that Shepard certainly likes to feast off of. And the 1-0 to Shep. Swung on, and that's going to go through up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Mortensen. They're going to send him, and Lake boots it. Brock Mortensen scores. It's a walk-off single for Jaden Shepard, and the Cowlitz Black Bears win this one by a score of 3-2. Jaden Shepard makes a triumphant return to the lineup today. 2 for 5 with the RBI single. Mortensen comes all the way around, all the damage done with 2 outs, and the Black Bears have won 3 in a row. And Shepard enjoys a nice water Gatorade bath, and somehow the team ends up in the outfield. What a game for Shepard, what a game for the Black Bears as they walk it off here on Fireworks Night here at David Story Field tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. as they look for the sweep against Port Angeles. We're going to have to get quick for this postgame show with the fireworks coming up. So final score, Black Bears 3, Port Angeles 2. Jaden Shepard will be your interviewee up here for the Black Bears postgame show, brought to you by the Daily News right after this, right here on YouTube and KEDO. Uh, 5 minutes, please. Thank you. All right, welcome back here, and now welcome to your Cowlitz Black Bears post-game show brought to you by the Daily News. To my left, the hero of this evening, Jaden Shepard. Now, Jay, you come up to the plate today. You haven't been in the lineup in a while, so just heading into the game, what was your mindset today? Just trying to get it back into a rhythm, or you wanted to come right out firing?
I really just wanted to get right back in a rhythm. I haven't been feeling too great, so just kind of trying to – felt good during BP, just keeping everything simple. Didn't want to try to do too much, didn't want to try to do too little.
So the pitching was excellent today, as always. The bat struggled a little bit up here. What was different out of Brooks' hand today? Because he was looking really good, a lot better than the last time you guys faced him.
I think he just had more command this time, honestly. And we kind of got ourselves out swinging at pitches we probably shouldn't have, but it's part of baseball.
Now, Jay, in the beginning of the game, you grounded into a couple double plays, and then the last couple at-bats, you get hits, including the walk-off. What was the mindset change in between? When you grounded into those double plays, you just hit the delete and go back on it, or does that motivate you to do better the next time you come up?
Definitely had to hit the delete button.
Yeah.
Wasn't the 2 at-bats I was looking for at all, but it's part of baseball. You got to flush it.
Yeah.
Next play.
And what were you thinking when you stepped up there? There was 2 outs. You get 2 men on. Dawson gets the hit. Did you think you were going to win the game?
Complete confidence in myself.
Yeah, man. That's what you like to hear. All right. Right here with Jaden Shepard on the Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show. Not going to keep you too long, Jay, but after you hit that off the bat, did you know that it was going to go far enough to score Mortensen?
I feel like I hit it good. I definitely got jammed. I just was making sure the shortstop wasn't close. Luckily, he was playing in the hole, so yeah.
Black Bears are hot, baby. 3 in a row. You think you could sweep Port Angeles tomorrow before going to Ridgefield?
I think we got it. If we stay with our good approach, I think we're good.
All right, I like that, Jay. I don't want to keep you too long. I know the fireworks are coming up, so thank you so much for that. Final score, Black Bears 3 and the Port Angeles Lefties 2 after 10 innings here. Extra inning heroics by the big man, Jaden Shepard, to my left. A walk-off single to score Brock Mortensen. Ends the game. Your winning pitcher is Liam Hadakanaka. He's 1-0, and your losing pitcher is Zach Thomas for Port Angeles. Tomorrow, the Black Bears go for their first sweep of the season. Let's get it. A Peace Health Sunday at 1:05 p.m. That'll be right here on YouTube or KDO, and also at CowlitzBlackBears.com. You can get your tickets. From all of us here with the Cowlitz Black Bears, from Justin Ford behind the camera to my main man, Mark McDermott, back at KDO. For Jaden Shepard, again, the hero today. The crowd was pumped on the way up here. My name is Zach Smolin. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay frosty. Take it easy. And the 1-0 to Shep. Swung on, and that's going to go through up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Mortensen. They're going to send him, and Lake beats it. Brock Mortensen scores. It's a walk-off single for Jaden Shepard, and the Cowlitz Black Bears win this one by a score of 3-2.